the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh!
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, peoples out there. It's Drunken Peasants Podcast, episode 985. Doing it live, 985, or did I say 985?
I think so.
You know what?
You did?
I might have dyslexia.
Yeah.
I've never been diagnosed with dyslexia, but I've done that a few times. I meant 958.
It's 9:58.
Yeah. Man, that brought us off to a rocky start.
Yeah, before we went live, we were having a jovial conversation.
And then my dyslexia
It was witty
brought it
and
all
funny,
down.
and then you had to say 985. You took the wind out of our sails.
Look, this is what we were talking about before the show started. Oh, by the way, hi, I'm Asterios.
You can't recreate magic, by the way. Anyway.
No, but I think this is true. If someone told you that the Muppets were Canadian, wouldn't you believe them? They've got all the hallmarks of Canada. They're weird. They're funny, but they're not like amazing.
Okay, quick question to clarify how I will answer this. Am I me or an idiot?
No, you're a normie. Like, you're a normie on the street.
So an idiot.
And someone's like, oh, hey, did you know the Muppets were Canadian? You'd be like, yeah, Manamana, Bert and Ernie, a very big bird. Like, yeah, okay, that all seems Canadian.
I will say this, though. I do believe that Fraggle Rock is Canadian.
It might have been filmed in Canada or something.
I think it might have been ordered originally for...
Like the Canadian TV market?
It's produced by CBC Toronto.
Yeah.
There you go.
Then it is.
Yeah, so as American...
Which isn't the Muppets, but it is a Jim Henson property.
Jim Henson's dad is named Paul Ransom Henson.
Interesting.
With a middle name like Ransom, you know he's up to no good. He was an argonomist.
A what?
An argonomist.
What is an What does that mean?
He was like
someone who studies the cities?
He was like a dirt guru. He was the master of soil. He was a master of soil.
He was a soil guy.
Yeah.
Look, I want to jump back. Fraggle Rock, those are canonically Muppets because at the Muppet Christmas special, fucking Gobo was there digging around underneath that goddamn house that poor guy who died in the plane crash
Does Disney
lived
Plus
in.
have the rights to Fraggle Rock?
Just because Disney
Does
Plus
Disney Plus have the
it.
rights to the Muppets? See? Disney Plus has the rights to The Muppets, which they do and show on Disney Plus. No fucking Fraggle Rock on Disney Plus, Asterios.
Who owns
None.
Fraggle Rock? HBO?
Do they?
I don't know. They own Sesame Street.
That's a different property, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
But
not
those
one
are,
monolithic.
But Kermit is on Sesame Street. He's the reporter for Sesame
He's kind of
Street.
like the bridge that holds the two universes together.
Yeah, it's like Doctor Who doesn't own the Daleks.
Yeah.
But the Daleks are huge on Doctor Who.
Wait, are you lying?
No, the Daleks are a subsidiary of a completely different company.
Tell me more. Tell me everything you know about this.
That's literally
This is
all I
great.
know about that.
Okay. Well, that's fucking great that Doctor Who has to license the Daleks, which would also explain why they're not in the show very often, but when they are, they make an impact.
Yeah,
They got to get their money out of fucking licensing those toilet plunger robots.
The greatest enemy of all. Like, I want to see an R2-D2 versus the Daleks fight. Like an R2-D2 versus a Dalek. Just a couple of trash cans.
Fucking.
You know they would. You know they would. You know
R2-D2 would open up his little conflict.
We'll get to the show eventually, Stigmati. Don't worry.
This is a
They
show.
would shove that toilet plunger right in there. They would uplink and have a good time. Come on. C-3PO also the next day he'd be like, "Don't talk to me," because like C-3PO would be like really self-hating about it. R2-D2 probably just swings, man.
He's a swinger. He doesn't care.
He shares with everyone. Everyone, please give the stream a like. Also, don't forget tomorrow, Patreon private show. Send us videos. Join our Discord. Link in the description. Right now, you should really join the Discord. Follow the link in the description. Actually, immediately after this episode, I am going to be in the general chat in our Discord, which means you should be joining it. In the general voice chat. And I'll be hanging out, talking to all of you, answering questions. I don't know. Maybe I'll get so drunk I'll just get naked.
Yeah.
But not
Hell
really.
yeah.
Join there. Join there. And then also, there's a place, there's a text room that is hashtag private one. I don't know why it says private one, but drop your content for the private show in there. We need it. We need cool, edgy, crazy stuff that YouTube would ban us for to play on the private show tomorrow, because we need it. And if we don't get enough, I'm going to postpone the fucking private show and do it later.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. We're shutting down the house.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. The D2 in R2-D2 stands for down to fuck.
Yeah, he's R2-D2F.
you know that?
His full name is
Yes.
R2-D2F.
Yeah, so I'm serious about this. Live Discord voice chat in general voice. Anyone can join in immediately following this show. Give us a like in honor of that. Join the Discord. Like, now you should join the fucking Discord if you're not in it.
If you're not now, you never were.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like straight edge.
Yeah.
It's basically like being straight edge, but only way more fun because you can get drunk.
Do you think if we were together, we could braid our dicks into like the three of us could braid our dicks together?
No.
Okay.
Like Soon Tales?
Yeah, like exactly like that.
Maybe. I don't know that I've got enough to do like more than one little. I feel like we can get a knot going like a Rat King.
Yeah,
but that's
yeah.
it.
Might be a Rat King situation. We might have to connect via the pubes.
Rat King situation.
Slap a couple of balls, make a what are pull aparts? Like a testicle pull apart?
Yeah. Texting
He called me, sir, and got me so
It's a little bout of torsion.
Wow. They're laughing at us, at our stupidity.
You better well learn to love it.
So before we get into the stuff in the thumbnail, which is interesting for sure, I want to play a little bit. The judge in the Rittenhouse case is nonstop entertainment. How old is he? Like 80? Is he 80 something?
Yeah.
He's like one of the oldest judges in the country, right?
He was one of the last Muppets that Jim Henson worked on himself.
He gives me Palpatine vibes, and it's not just the black robe. You know, I'm getting a little when he gets mad and he scolds these grown men like they're children. It's hilarious. Sometimes I'm like, whoa, you're taking it a little too far, but hilarious nonetheless. Here he is showing how old he is and talking about how, like, showing that he really doesn't understand technology. It's really funny. Here we go.
When I get messages from some of my friends, my few remaining friends,
he mentions that most of his friends are dead.
His few remaining friends. I thought most of his friends stopped talking to him because he took on this case, has been such a prick.
You know, I mean, you could take it that way, but it's probably most of his friends are dead.
Probably.
All jokes aside.
they come as texts, and then they start belittling me or whatever in one way or another. And
Can you pause it for 1 second? I'm so sorry. I want to hear this clip again from the beginning, but this guy in the DP universe, there's a guy named Egghead.
Yeah.
No, this guy should be named Egghead. Look at him. He looks like he's got an egg for a head.
I think Egghead was a low-tier Batman villain back in the day too, in the DC universe.
This guy has a cranium. Like this,
yeah, you're right. Yeah, there is quite an egg shape.
Did
to
he
his
just
head.
say that the little friends he have left spend their time belittling him?
I think that's what he's not very articulate, which is interesting. I wonder what his history was prior to being a judge. If he was a lawyer or if because like sometimes police officers become judges and shit.
I heard
like anyone who works in the law arena can become a judge.
I heard before he was a judge, he was a women's shoe salesman at the strip mall.
Oh, really?
And
you heard that?
Is that true at all?
Prior to that, he did score 4 touchdowns in one game at Polk High.
In one game?
In one game.
Oh, I get it. It's Married with Children.
Okay, but real quick, just to finish that joke, this guy should be named Egghead, and Egghead should be named Guy That Fucked His Mom. All right, let's keep going.
But he didn't.
Messages from some of my friends, my few remaining friends.
I
have
Asterios back again. He is indeed my favorite Muppet.
Yeah. See, hold on. They didn't hear our conversation earlier. You just got called a Muppet.
I look and sound like one. Yes.
Yeah. I'm also.
I have the energy of a Muppet.
I'm Muppet on my mom's side and Juggalo on my dad's side.
They start belittling me or whatever in one way or another, and it can be quite lengthy.
Belittling me?
That's going on between them and us. But they're entertaining.
They're entertaining.
And so
They're the few friends I have left.
I don't know how to save text messages. I haven't figured that out. I have a lot of things that
His excuse for saving all of his text messages with his friends is that they're funny. That's why I'm doing it. It's not for potential blackmail or incrimination later on.
I want to just say, what's the over and under in Vegas that this trial ends with this judge handing Kyle Rittenhouse a Werther's original?
And then inviting him, like, come back to my chambers, young man.
Yeah, I swear to God, he's going to hand Rittenhouse a Werther's original, whether he's guilty or innocent. This judge's going to hand him one. 100%.
doing. So that's a low priority for me to figure out how to save a text message. And I don't want to leave them on my phone forever. I want it off so that it's clean. So when I look at it, I'm looking just at the fresh stuff. So then I do a screenshot of it and I email it to myself to save it.
You're so he's innovative.
He's so proud. Like this entire
I figured
story.
this out. No one else knows how to do this.
My favorite part about this story is like it's to deliver a moral message in court. Like he's going through all this BS, all this trash, all this dumb. We don't care about you and your stupid friends belittling each other, or them belittling you. You didn't even admit to belittling them back. You're so weird, Your Honor. But yeah, it's all to just make the dumbest little point.
It's weird that someone like this gets to make life-changing decisions for people.
It's not weird. It's how fucked up our world is.
But I found, to my distress,
But someone has to do it.
some of them are pretty long, and they show up in my email.
You think we'll ever have AI judges that have no emotion, that have no
Honestly,
bias, and they're just like, that is not what the law says, shut up?
Just put cameras everywhere so that we have
You want
video.
1984?
I do. I'm tired of this halfway there.
Okay.
Because we're already halfway there. Like the illusion of privacy is gone anyway. Like if you believe you have privacy, you're stupid.
You want to go back to 1984? Just smoke some salvia.
I hated that.
Like this, like a little ribbon down the center of the page. Some are even smaller than this. Well, then
Can you pause it for just 1 second? I'm still not sure what point he's trying to make.
Oh,
Did he make a point and I missed it?
No, it's going to get very clear. It's
Okay.
going to get very
Okay.
clear. This
Sorry.
is just how ridiculous his point is. It's
Okay, sorry.
Look at this.
It's just a blur.
His little ribbon from the long text he saved, when he makes it big, it's just a blur.
Yep.
It's just a blur because he saves it at such a small pixel rate because the conversation's so long that when he makes it the size of his phone so he can read it with his old man eyes, it's all blurry text.
He's saying like his personal experience with making images larger blurs out things to where you can't really see them, and he's applying that to some of the video footage that they had watched when they were zooming in on it. But he doesn't understand the difference between a low-res screenshot and a high-res video.
Was this the actual video footage he was referring to?
I thought, maybe I'm wrong.
I thought he was saying when they submitted this evidence, he thought it was going to paint a bigger picture, but everything they're sending him is just coming out as a blur. He thought they were going to get to the point, make a point.
Is that what he's saying?
That's what I thought he was saying. And he said, "But
There's that. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say something about dicks.
We were talking the other day.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. There's two different files. There's two different files at play here in this case. One is a couple of days ago there was drone footage of the shooting, and the prosecution wanted to zoom in on it. The defense said if you zoom in on it, you change it. The prosecution said that's not how pixels work. We're not changing the size of the pixels or the quality of the footage. We're just getting closer to it. But recently, and this might create a mistrial. So that drone footage, the defense got a low-resolution copy of it because the detectives airdropped it to the prosecution, and then the prosecution emailed it to the defense. And this is unfortunately true. When the prosecution emailed it to the defense, the email client compressed the footage. So actually now there are two different files with two different bit rates, and there are a different number of pixels in them.
Oh my
and
God.
so it's real fucked up, and it might result in a mistrial.
About just like a cell phone
So
where you
bad.
can expand a picture
Yes.
and make it bigger. Well, it's not making it any bigger. It's making it bigger, but it's nothing but a blur. That was my concern that I wanted to ask Mr. Armstrong about, and I guess I should have, for him to explain it better for me as to how that can be reliable. Because it isn't reliable for me in getting my messages.
Okay.
I mean, this judge is insane. But that's kind of besides the point this time.
Here's another funny thing he did. He banned MSNBC from the courtroom.
He did do
For
that.
what reason?
He was
said that
ticketed for violating a traffic control signal. He's not here today, from what I'm told. And I have instructed that no one from MSNBC News will be permitted in this building for the duration of this trial. This is a very serious matter, and I don't know what the ultimate truth of it is.
So this MSNBC employee ran a red light or something and got pulled over and ticketed, and they were following the bus that carries the jury on it, I believe. I think that's what...
Yes.
Yes, okay.
That's what happened. And it's like, you probably shouldn't be playing chicken with the jury bus.
Right.
Why? It's like, why are you stalking them? Are you hoping that they're going to be holding up signs with their thoughts and aiming them out the window? Like just the word guilty? What did you hope?
They're
to gain
playing
by
paparazzi.
stalking?
They're trying to get paparazzi-style photos of them. That's it.
That's how Princess Diana died.
It's true.
Yes.
Which is awful. In a tunnel.
Yes.
Absolutely, it would go without much thinking that someone who is following the jury bus, that is it's extremely serious matter, and will be referred to the proper authorities for...
I wonder who'd win in a fight, this guy or Mitch McConnell.
Probably Mitch McConnell, because Mitch McConnell's younger than this guy. I don't know this guy's stature or anything, but how old is he? We should figure out, is he in his 80s?
I'm looking up Judge Schroeder.
Is that his name?
Schroeder?
Judge Bruce Schroeder.
Bruce Schroeder.
Oh, man. So he's really fucking old because he used to play piano for Charlie Brown back in the day. And that was way back in the day.
He's 75 years old. He's the longest serving circuit judge in Wisconsin.
Okay. All right.
Here's why I think McConnell would win that fight. Because if you punch McConnell, your fist gets stuck in his face and all of his folds and shit. He's got a silly putty face. It would be like trying to fight Clayface.
Mitch McConnell is 79.
Okay. So McConnell's older? I don't know. I'd have to see the tail of the tape between these two.
Yeah, they just both have these wayfish turtley demeanors to me.
I'll say McConnell might have some youthful vigor though, because he has an attractive wife considering him. He might have. Well, no, he probably
He's
has money.
Republican though.
Yeah, okay.
So women who like are attracted to Republicans, they're not there for the looks. They're there for their good home values.
Okay.
That's the one
Interesting.
thing about liberal women. Liberal women will date like conservative men because they don't really care about values in a man. They care about looks. Liberal women are horrible, terrible people. But they're great in bed. That's the problem. Even if you have a beautiful Republican woman, they suck in bed. So that's the trade-off you get.
What about like Dennis Kucinich? He's like super left-wing. Well, 10 years ago, he was like radical left-wing.
Yeah.
He has a hot wife.
Yeah.
That's like, she's like a foot taller than him, too.
Yeah. But she's a redhead. Two, he probably does.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, redheads, okay. So redheads are more susceptible to pain. And redheads...
you are so full of shit.
That's
Anyway,
100% true.
Okay.
Redheads can take more pain, I mean. They can handle more pain. So
they're
he's
less
probably
susceptible to
less
pain.
susceptible. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, they're less susceptible to pain.
Hearing you just make up bullshit on the fly
I'm not
is
making
so
this up. They're
fascinating.
less susceptible to pain. So
Okay.
she's into some real kinky shit, and he probably has like a full ass dungeon. And she like the looks aren't the problem here. He is a little sicko. He's like the meat puppet. He's the goddamn goosebumps puppet, and he gives her goosebumps and probably uses
I
contraptions
regret
inside of her.
asking this question.
It's true.
Okay.
I just want to back up not everything Billy said, but this one thing Billy said. You got to think of Kucinich like a little mouse. Like he's gonna root around and he's gonna get stuff done. Like he's so teeny tiny. He's like an elf.
He is
man.
so tiny, teeny tiny.
Yeah, like 1 second he's up here, the next second he's down south, and it's just like a pinball game of pleasure with him.
Yeah, he's a minuscule kink demon. He just does the weirdest stuff to her, and she's into it. She's all there for it. They probably have car batteries at their bedside.
You know how there's the Netflix show You?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Laura Ingraham, the conservative commentator, attempted to recreate Abbott and Costello's Who's on First with the Netflix show You as the central
Was she
part of it.
joking? Or
I believe that this is a bit.
I hope it's a bit.
I think it's a bit.
Internet, I'm worried about slow-speed presidents and vice presidents. Well, that may be the
This sounds horribly rehearsed, like they went over it day of.
least watched show on TV.
And she's a bad actor.
But do you know what the most watched is? Yellowstone. 14.7 million people watched the premiere of that Kevin Costner show. It's sort of a King Lear set in the West.
Well, I got to hand it to Fox News for finally hiring gay guys, though, right?
Who's this guy?
It's Bonanza
I don't know.
meets
I don't know if
Dallas.
he's gay. I'm just
There's a
assuming.
reason people are in love with this, though, Laura. It is an antidote to the politics and all those woke storylines in so many shows today. You know, I was watching an episode of You where measles came up.
Wait. When did I mention measles?
I don't know. It was on You.
What was on me?
Yeah.
He can't even do a subtle entry into the bid.
Yep.
He immediately he hits that second. It's the setup line, and he's hitting it with the force of like a fucking nuclear bat. Take it again. I'm sorry. Take it again. I'm so sorry.
All right.
What are you talking about? Right? Is Raymond even hearing what I'm saying? I never had the measles.
Was on You.
We never did a measles and vaccine episode. Is this a joke?
I know.
don't even know what you're talking about.
It was on You. It was on You.
I've never had.
This guy sucks.
They
Actually,
both
here's
suck.
the thing. Laura Ingraham is not nearly as bad as this guy. This is the worst straight man I've ever seen, which actually might play into your earlier comment, Ben.
You.
Raymond,
Right. I don't. Yeah, he is literally the worst straight man.
I've never had measles. What are you talking about? This is stupid.
It was an episode of a show, Laura.
What's it called?
You.
What is he talking about?
It's called You.
I've never done a show on measles. I just completely give up. We got to get out
It's
of
a
this.
show
I give up.
called You on Netflix.
There's a show called Laura Ingraham on Netflix. What are you
Never
talking
mind.
about?
I'm moving on to Adele. I can't explain this to you.
Look. I don't have to like Laura Ingraham to give her credit. That was a good job. She's charming. There's a reason she's on at 10 o'clock at night every night.
Okay. So like the old men at the old folks' home can get their jollies. Is that it?
Maybe it's just that this guy is so terrible.
He's
that
terrible.
her being like at a 2, like he's at like a -10. This guy.
There you go.
Pop singer had an Oprah-produced special on CBS.
Oh, Adele. Sweet, sweet Adele. She would never try and pull that stupid line of you jokes on us.
So, it's almost certain that Mike Tyson and Logan Paul will step into the ring with each other. It'll probably be February.
What? Are you fucking serious?
Yes. It's.
Oh,
they've agreed
God.
to do it. They haven't set
For
an
charity,
official date.
Right? They're doing it for charity.
No. Well, it's like Triller. Triller is the new crossover between entertainment and boxing, and they bring in people who. A lot of them are in combat sports, but they're not boxers. And then they bring in musical guests. And usually the preliminary bouts are actual, like, pro boxers. And then the other ones are exhibitions. But, yeah, so we're probably going to cover it like we did like the last Tyson fight. And actually, Dylan Burns, who told us the last time he was on our last show, he was a Golden Gloves fighter, that he wants to be on it with us to cover it too.
Nice.
So we got someone who actually will have 2 active boxers: Asterios, 1-0, undefeated, and Dylan Burns.
0-1. It was a draw, but still,
How was that a draw? You squashed that little guy.
That was a draw for the other dude's ego.
Yeah, you know what? I call you win by disqualification because his girlfriend, she was ruining it.
Yeah, you win.
We can all agree on that.
You win by not having that woman as your girlfriend.
Every day.
It's
a real blessing.
Here's Joe Rogan and Snoop Dogg talking about the Mike Tyson and Logan Paul thing. Snoop Dogg even makes a prediction. Here we go.
The fact that Logan Paul wants to box him, it's like.
And by the way, it's funny because the DP audience used to love Joe Rogan, and now they don't like him because
they don't like Joe Rogan
because politics sways people, and But at least we can agree Joe Rogan may not be an authority on many things, but when it comes to boxing and fighting, it probably knows his stuff. I would consider him an expert when it comes to that sort of thing.
Joe Rogan's an expert when it comes to having conversations with people that you probably would smoke weed with.
True. That's also true.
I can't believe they're really going to do that. What's your prediction?
Second round KO.
Yeah, that kid's going to get hit for sure.
Which UFC
The sum up of the intro here. That kid's going to get hit for sure.
fighter is going to handle Jake Paul?
When you see a Conor McGregor, like, how the fuck is he so much more interesting? Do you know who Khamzat Chimaev is?
Yes. So here's the elephant in the room. Which UFC fighter is going to handle Jake Paul?
I don't know. I mean,
they're talking about Jake Paul being in UFC, but that's
them
probably
to be like to get.
I think they're talking about a UFC fighter going up against Jake Paul in a boxing match.
Free from a UFC contract they currently have. I don't think
because
Dana White is gonna do that.
Rogan is the announcer for UFC, so he's the guy to ask about like what UFC guy would be good to go against Jake Paul.
But later on, hold on though, I watched this earlier. And hold on,
so nobody good enough can beat him that'll come over.
I don't know. Maybe if they thought they could make a lot of money, and there was someone who was like a current UFC fighter, and they could arrange it. Maybe they could make some sort of a joint promotion. But I just don't see the UFC doing that. It doesn't have to. I mean, look, Jake Paul's killing it in boxing.
Yeah, so this conversation was about Jake Paul fighting a UFC fighter in MMA. And Joe Rogan's like, hey, he's doing good in boxing. He doesn't need to...
Okay, because they were talking about how it would have to be a joint promotion.
Well, yeah, because UFC fighters are under contract to only fight for UFC. And since Jake Paul isn't a part of UFC... You can't, as a UFC fighter, fight someone who's not a UFC fighter.
What if he became part of UFC?
Unless it was a joint promotion between Triller and the UFC.
Yes. So they'd have to do a joint promotion, and Dana White would have to agree to that.
He's no longer fighting with Triller, right? He's on Showtime, isn't he?
I mean, like, that's a little different. Like, boxing, it goes... He's not... I don't even know if he's actually part of an official boxing league, like WBA or WBC or whatever. I think boxing is a little different with promotions and jumping around through promoters. And UFC, like when you want to fight in UFC, which is considered the big leagues of MMA, you're only fighting in UFC. Like you sign the dotted line, only fighting in UFC for this point.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
What were you saying?
Oh, I was gonna say it might be that like Triller acts as the promoter and then Showtime acts as the broadcast partner.
Yes.
You know, like because I know Triller originally they were doing pay-per-view, but I remember from a couple of years ago that like the pay-per-view revenues are not great. Like I remember the WWE would make more money on the $10 a month from the WWE network than from the $60 pay-per-views, just because the cable companies take such a humongous cut.
Yeah, I don't know because you can buy these pay-per-views online and bypass the cable companies now.
That's true.
And
that's exactly really
and I
good point.
believe the Conor McGregor Mayweather fight made the most money in pay-per-view history ever.
The cable companies were taking a big bit. The online distributors were taking a smaller bit for pay-per-views. But the WWE $9.99 a month model was that you were getting that guaranteed $10 from somebody every month, as opposed to maybe ordering a pay-per-view once or twice a year.
And WWE is a different game too. Like they have a pay-per-view every month, and it's like they were charging like $60 a month. When they wouldn't have done that if they would have stood to lose overall. They knew what they were doing. True. They would get people to sign up for WrestleMania, usually. That's when they'd promo it really hard. And then you'd forget to cancel your subscription. Those kind of services, they bank on people forgetting to cancel their subscription a lot of times. The people that only buy it for like the one pay-per-view they want to see. I've done it before. So
of course, or being too busy to want to deal with canceling the thing. It's like look, it'd be easier just to give them the $10. I'll deal with that next month.
Right.
But I gotta say, just jump in. Regardless of like how like an eventual crossover thing would be done, I don't think they need Jake Paul to cross over to the UFC yet. They do that when what they're doing stops working, and him versus Tyson. God damn it! It's got my.
It's gonna be.
I hate that it does.
What they could set up. What they could set up is Tyson annihilates Logan, and then now Jake is avenging Logan. But the real money, which I hope they do someday, is Jake versus Logan, if they agree to it. Because no matter what, a Paul brother is getting the shit kicked out of them.
Unless they go to a 10-minute draw hug fest and kiss on the lips afterwards.
Shit.
I just don't want him to stand in front of Mike Tyson, and it look like that's going to happen if...
That's going to be Logan. That's the one who fought Floyd.
But see, when he whooped Logan, it's all a domino effect.
Yeah.
Now go get your little brother.
Huh? Yeah, he's already calling it.
Come on, Joe, quit playing with me, man. It's Mike Tyson we talking about. This is not a regular motherfucker.
You think that Jake Paul will be the first person to beat Mike Tyson and Tyson Fury?
Wow, two Tyson.
He's not going to beat Tyson Fury ever. But I'll tell you what, Mike Tyson has more muscle mass, like even like when he's working out, he has more natural muscle mass at 55 than most 25-year-olds. It's just craziness. This natural. They said he was fighting as a 17, 18-year-old when he was like 13, 14 years old because he looked old enough and he could actually hang with people like that.
Yeah.
At that age.
He's one
as
of
an amateur.
He's one of the few 13-year-olds I think I couldn't beat up.
Yeah, dude, when he won, he didn't compete in the actual Olympics, but he competed in the Junior Olympics, and for the gold medal fight, this doesn't normally happen in the Olympics. The ref or the trainer in the other guy's corner threw in the towel and ended it because Mike Tyson was kicking the shit out of this guy.
That's fucking awesome.
Yes.
One of the only things I remembered from my old boxing coach was he said the last thing to go is power. He's like, you can lose speed, you can lose form, but he's like, your power stays with you for a long ass time. It's like, God damn it. I just hope they're fighting with light gloves. I hope they're not fighting with those big fucking pillow gloves that I see
What
sometimes.
they'll probably do is do short rounds, which pissed me off during the Roy, what was it, Roy Jones?
Joe Jones.
Yeah, they gave them. It takes time to build momentum, and they like first get out there, and there's a lot of hugging and shit. Then the round's over. No one gets a chance to like build momentum.
Regular dude,
And
and,
it may-
I don't give a fuck if
It
he's
may
55.
trigger his old instincts. Like, do you know it's still that motherfucker's still in there?
Snoop, let me tell you a story. The reason why this table's this wide, this is true. This is a true story. When I first moved to Austin, I had a smaller table that I was going to set up. And I was like, maybe I'll be a little more intimate with the guest. And then I had Mike on one time, and the first time I had him on, Mike was not training at all, and he said he can't work out at all because it'll ignite his ego, and he just
I
smokes a
remember.
lot of
I
weed.
watched that one.
And we had a great conversation. It was real fun. And then he came back on again to promote the Roy Jones fight, and he was jacked. His giant muscles in his forearms.
Stomach was gone.
And he looked like he was ready to go. Like you could see the element that made him Mike Tyson in his prime had been like reignited, whatever it was. I'm like, no, I need a wider table. I was nervous in the room with him.
Kind of
you
like
could tell
Sanjay Gupta was with Joe Rogan when Joe Rogan had the wider table. That means Joe Rogan being
About to
nervous
jump
of
across
Mike
the table
Tyson
now.
with a half-size table is still not as pussy as Sanjay Gupta was with the full-size table.
ready to go. I don't give a fuck if he's 55. Like 55 in 2021.
I'll tell you what, Mike Tyson was a fighter also that like showed you that if you were taller, it was actually a disadvantage to someone like him who can throw. It's weird because he's ambidextrous, so he like a lot of boxers have their knockout hand and like their other hand. Like it doesn't mean you could never knock someone out with your weak hand, but not normally. But he can, like, no matter what, it's coming, like no matter what. And he would pound to the body on these guys that were like 6 inches taller than him. So I think Logan's gonna take body shots like crazy. He would do a double. He would do like, because normally you think of like a combination where like someone would throw like a right hook to the body. You think the neck, like the left hand's coming next, but he would do this thing where he do like right hook to the body and then immediate right uppercut and knock people out all the time. It was like a fake, like right to the body, distract them, right uppercut immediately. And I watched this video that kind of broke down his fighting style, and they showed that so many times. They were like, this is one of his main techniques, and they showed him like guy after guy after guy knock people out like that.
This is an interesting line from Rogan here saying that 55 in 2021 is not the same as 55 in
That's
1988. And the advancements of just health in humans.
Yes.
Like if you think of a 55-year-old woman from 1988, right? How many real hot ones were there? Now, there's so many hot 55-year-olds in 2021. It's ridiculous. It's not just in the fighting world. It's all over the world.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of medical advancements and ways that we understand nutrition and just all sorts of things.
It's not 55 from like 1988.
It's not.
It's not the same thing.
Still fucking hurt when they hit your fucking head.
You watch him hit pads.
And he's a freak of
Have you seen him
nature.
hit pads?
Like some people are just born like
Yes.
not in a negative way, like physical
No.
freaks of nature in a positive way, like as far as sports go, and he's one of them. He's
like a
genetically gifted.
Like a real life Tasmanian devil.
Yeah.
Just this little muscle of like this little tank full of muscles that can throw like 8 punches in 1 second. I mean, even in that, because we watched that last Tyson fight, like he looked good.
He looked good.
But he was also fighting like a guy who was in the same weight class. as him.
Similar.
Like,
I don't think he aged as well, though. It's weird.
That's true.
And I think he was a little older, too, slightly. I think he was slightly older.
well, now he's going to be fighting like a skinny fuck boy.
We
like,
saw-
this is a different.
A few months ago, we watched Evander Holyfield, who in their prime could have beaten Mike Tyson. He did twice. Couldn't even. He threw a few punches that were so hard that he fell. He fell out of the ring after throwing a punch on this other guy who was just like 20 years younger than him. You know.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
His
And
punches
the
were
ref
so
ended
strong,
it.
they let him to the ground.
The
Oh, God.
ref just ended it. Like nothing
Yeah,
really
yeah.
happened. The ref was like, "This dude's gonna get hurt if he keeps going."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes. But Ben, Billy, like, what do you think of the like the weight difference. I mean, obviously, like, you know, the Pauls are tall, but like these, when I think of the Pauls, I think of like these kind of like skinny, you know, like fuckboy types. Like what happens when they take a punch from Mike Tyson? Like, what do you think happens?
I will say they're in good shape.
Of course.
I just don't think they're, you know, I don't know about their chin. I don't know about their ability to take a punch necessarily because they haven't faced anyone like who's really, except for Mayweather, which there's been evidence that Floyd just wanted to grab a paycheck and give the crowd a show because there's videos where it looks like Logan Paul's knees buckle after a few punches and Floyd kind of like holds him up, like, keep going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you were calling that out live during the fight. I remember going like, oh my God, he might be.
Yeah, and how he kind of like Floyd Mayweather graciously took a draw and was like, you know, I'm not young anymore. Floyd Mayweather would never talk like that.
He's investing in these boys.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson might be too.
Like Floyd Mayweather needs more money anyway.
Maybe Mike's going to slightly go over Logan, make Logan look good so him and Jake would be even
hope this
better.
isn't a work.
Who cares? It's all entertainment.
I want sports to be sports and WWE and pro wrestling to be pro wrestling. I don't need all of the sports to be kayfabe. Like, I like legit athletic contests. Like, if the Olympics is the only time I can get that now, then I think that's kind of shameful. But, like, no one gets... Like, the Olympics isn't like this big commercial thing like every actual, like, professional sport. So, I get it.
Anything that's left up to judges with officials making the choice on calls is like... It's up for being rigged.
I mean, it's up for it, but I mean, that's why, like in the Olympics for figure skating or gymnastics or whatever, there's a judge from all of the different countries. So it's hard for them to all get together and rig it for other countries. I guess maybe if they're getting paid, but that would be the craziest scandal ever if if judges were getting paid off.
For Rafael Cordero, it's terrifying. Not terrifying because he's 55. Fucking terrifying. That's a terrifying human. If he was 21 and he was hitting pads like that, I'd be like, holy shit, this kid's a killer.
Iron Mike Tyson.
The fact that
Mike Tyson was the first person to embrace face tattoos on a huge
kind
level.
of.
And now
everyone's like, this motherfucker's crazy.
Yeah, and now everybody's like, oh yeah, face tattoos. SoundCloud rap, I got a career. Let's go. Like he ushered in the face tattoo being cool.
That at 55?
And he's smoking weed, Joe, so he's
A lot
probably,
of weed.
he's probably
I love
in
this
the
part.
best condition of his life.
I bet he's going in there high.
Why wouldn't he?
Why wouldn't he?
Why wouldn't
I think he said he fought Roy Jones high.
I know for a fact he did.
I know for a fact because Snoop was there. He probably smoked weed with him.
I know. Yeah, of course. Snoop and him got fucked up
before he stepped into the ring.
He fought Roy Jones on Snoop weed.
Yep.
I believe it. Why would he likes it? Makes him more calm and relaxed. I think he was gonna fight Lennox Lewis too. There was some talk of that.
Lennox Lewis might kick his ass if
but I don't know if that's true. Look at that fucking savage body punch. Jesus Christ.
The pad man got to be hurting.
I mean, there's some videos of him, Jamie. See if you can find a video of him that's recent.
That was like, yeah, that's true.
See if you can find like one of those videos of him hitting the pads because it's fucking horrifying. It's just amazing that he can still generate that kind of speed and power.
The speed is insane. So he still has the power, which is the last thing to go, as Asterios said, and he has the speed still. He has probably not as much as back in the day. He was 19 when he first won the heavyweight championship. You know?
I just want to see the Pauls get hurt. Like
I know.
just want to see them.
They're doing what Mayweather did for years. Everyone wanted to see Mayweather lose. That's why that first big pay-per-view with him versus Pacquiao, they're like, oh, if anyone can beat Mayweather, it's Pacquiao. So you paid $100, you know, per home to see this pay-per-view. That's insane.
Yeah, they had something we all wanted to see. I remember going to a Dave &
I saw
Buster's to watch that. Like, yeah, I want to see the Pauls get hurt. Unfortunately, look, this is my prediction. I'd love to know what your guys' predictions are. But my prediction is goes to a draw.
If
and the
that
only
happens, I'm never. Well, no, I'm probably lying about that. I was
well,
like,
I think.
I was about to say I'll never buy another one, but I probably would.
No, you know what? You'd see, until it's like it's gonna go to a draw. We're all gonna be like, we're never gonna buy one of these fights again, and then they're gonna come up with another great storyline, and we're gonna be like, I'm back in, you son of a bitch. We're not gonna see one of these Pauls get knocked the fuck out until they bring it to MMA, because like boxing, it's just not gonna happen in boxing. It's not.
There
It's
might be someone like. Hypothetically, if this shit is all worked, like 100% worked, someone will be the first person to like shoot on them.
That would be great.
I mean, it could happen. If
who
I
do you
was
think's gonna
someone
win?
getting into the ring with one of the Paul brothers and I knew I could kick their ass and they were like trying to get me to work it, I just want to be like the person that goes down in history as shooting on it and like beating his ass.
How good was Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr.?
He won. We would agree that he won.
Yeah.
Against another world champion boxer, Logan Paul could not be a championship boxer in the legitimate. He would never be in the world championship picture.
This is the best.
And he wouldn't be a heavyweight either, I don't think.
This is the best retirement
Maybe.
plan, though, for a boxer is to go up against Logan Paul. Like you get to have an easy payday. Everybody's gonna pay to buy it.
Yeah.
Like he's not gonna want to destroy that, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't want to destroy Logan and then make it look like nobody wants to buy him versus Jake. He wants to take Logan out very well, or have another draw, make Logan look really good, and then that sets up the Jake Paul confrontation.
At 55 years old.
See, what's gonna hurt is when that light click on, he gonna be like, "You the motherfucker that beat me." You gonna treat one of the motherfuckers like Buster Douglas.
Man, when in the 80s, when
he's gonna treat one of those motherfuckers like Buster Douglas.
He was in his prime. It was one of the craziest times ever for boxing.
They should have had a rematch, but Buster Douglas, he spent the whole next year after he beat Tyson not working out and eating for free everywhere he went in the city that he lived in, and he got fat in his title. He waited a whole year until they were about to strip him if he didn't defend it, and he gained they showed what he looked like when he beat Tyson versus what he looked like at his other fight. He looked soft as hell and he got his ass beat. I don't think he wanted it anymore. He just enjoyed being champ for a whole year and then was like, whatever.
I did the same thing when I became the champ of my backyard wrestling federation.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
You never defended it.
I never defended. Put on a bunch of weight. I couldn't get free food. I couldn't get free food everywhere, so I just went to Costco and got the samples.
People were like,
for a
"Hey,
year.
champ, your money's no good here."
Yeah, I just got the Costco samples and pretended like it was free.
Hey, champ.
I mean, it is free.
Yeah,
But I mean, of course, there's the annual fee.
Yeah,
So,
I started going to all the restaurants where where if you ate a burger, like a giant burger, in less than 15 minutes, it was free. So technically, I got all the free food.
Okay, I would like to talk about this for a second, though. I would like to pivot to reality for a second. Have you ever done one of those things where if you eat the whole steak, it's free? Have you?
Not the steak, but I've done burritos, burgers, omelets, all types of different foods. There was a website called eatfeats.com, and it would show you all around North America where the food was that was free, or they pay you to eat it. They have all the different areas and cities. There was a place that did a steak here in Washington, and it was weird. You had to time it, so I'd have to call in on a weekend, set it up, and I never did it. There's the one in Amarillo, Texas, though, was the one that I wanted to do because that's the one everybody does. Maybe one day when I'm ready to fat around again, I'll go down to
Is that
Amarillo.
the Heart Attack Cafe?
I did the Heart Attack Cafe, Heart Attack Grill. I did the Heart Attack Grill. That was in Vegas.
I like watching people do these eating challenges. I could never try one. I would die. But I've seen a few of them in person. I've played a few videos on the show of people attempting them. We had a tent. I don't remember how much it was. It was this giant stuffed sopapilla. You know what a sopapilla is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, when I lived in Albuquerque, they had a giant stuffed sopapilla, and people would try to eat that in like a half hour or something. It was just craziness. And we had in Columbus, Ohio, we had the Terminator sandwich.
That's the one Pimp Monk ate?
Yes. It's a giant burger.
Oh my God, the Terminator. Look, I could never do it either. I've never even tried. Nothing delights me more than when someone eats the big thing and then they get it for free,
There it
and
is.
then okay, what's in the Terminator? Break it down. What's in it?
It's like 2 super thick beef patties. And then it's I think it's like 5 strips of bacon. And then up top there's grilled onions and a couple slices of ham. And then on top of the slices of ham there's a cheese blend.
I'm seeing here covered in mozzarella and American cheese, lettuce, tomato, mushrooms, sauteed onions, pickles, jalapeno peppers, and mayo.
Yeah. There's another picture of one.
Oh, and there's ham there. There's ham, too.
Yes,
I'm not
there's
kidding.
ham.
I could have eaten that easy in my heyday.
Yeah, you had to eat the fries too. Would you deconstruct it? Because that's what everyone does that actually finishes it. If you try to eat it like a burger,
I would try and eat it like a burger for like the first like half, just enjoy it as much as I could. But it would definitely get deconstructed. I'd probably take it down the middle and have the bottom with the burger, one burger in the bottom, and eat an open face, and then flip the other one around.
I will say the meat itself is exceptionally good. It
better be.
It really is actually. I don't normally like thick burgers. I like smash burgers that are like smashed down really flat, and you get like a flat, wide patty. You got to be careful not to dry those out, though.
Whoa! Thank you, Cooper
that's a lot of cash.
Oh, we need to get it up higher anyway, so we don't depend on the Saturday people to pull us through.
We need it.
Okay, I just sent you guys a link to foodchallenges.com. I've gone to Washington, and now I'm going to see if I can find the biggest challenge in Washington.
Okay. I mean,
they have star ratings here. I want a 5-star challenge.
There's a giant bowl of ramen here, like in the city that I live in. It's an insane. It's at a place called Kobe.
Okay, I just sent you a link to a 5-star challenge in Washington in Tacoma.
Tacoma?
No, Tekoa, Washington.
Never heard of it.
99033. The C&D's
Oh,
Tacoma.
this guy. See, this guy.
You know this?
Well, this same guy did the stuffed sopapilla challenge, and he did the ramen challenge that I was just talking about.
Whitman County. This is Eastern Washington. You gonna pull them up on the screen, or this is Eastern Washington?
You have to see
this guy. We've
Oh,
watched
yeah.
this guy before. He just travels all around the country and does the food challenges, and he's like a bodybuilder, so he can eat a bunch of shit.
Hey guys, Randy here.
Atlas with Atlas and Zeus Promotion, the proud owner of foodchallenges.com.
Oh, he's the owner of Food Challenges?
What does he do? What is this? This is
How to
training.
train.
Yeah, I had to.
We've watched this guy before.
So I just maxed out.
I used
Not
to
the best
like.
maxed out meal I ever had, but this is.
I almost became a pro eater with this company owned by a guy who used to do the hot dog company challenges back in the day, the Coney Island stuff. And then he started his own company because he's like he said there was politics involved with the Coney Island and the Joey Chestnut and the Kobayashis eating
Hey
their dogs.
everybody,
So he
this
started
is Randy
his own.
Santel.
He wanted to fly
Atlas
me out
with
to
Atlas.
India to competitive eat. Is this the one? Is this the ramen?
Yeah. This place is like
sushi restaurant.
really
I am
close
here
to
to
us
take
right
on
now.
the 3-liter ramen eating challenge. If I can eat this huge 3-liter bowl,
It's a
of
nice
hot,
Japanese
steaming ramen
restaurant
in less
downtown
than 30
Bellevue.
minutes, I'll get the $20 meal free, my picture up on the wall of fame.
You receive
and I'll get a
$100?
$100 gift certificate to the restaurant. As you can see, many people have tried, but very, very few have actually succeeded. Since I don't live anywhere near the restaurant, if I win today, I will be donating my $100 gift certificate to the Boys and Girls Club of Bellevue, Washington. Now, this is my first time
Bellevue,
ever actually
Washington.
eating real ramen that's not 20 cents a packet. So please cheer me on.
Look
and
how
let's
big
get this
that
challenge
it's
started.
3 liters.
Yeah, I think I could do that.
I think I could too.
Like, I know I could have in my heyday, but I've been a little diet boy. So like, I've been cheating a little bit though. So it's like looking at it now, I could probably do that now.
Let's go do it tonight.
Hell no, I don't want to do it. I just probably could.
I feel like I can eat the noodles. It's all the broth that would
Probably
get me.
mute this, right? We don't need to have the audio.
Yeah,
you're
but
right.
I want to watch it. I want to watch it, but wait. So Billy, so like a competitive eating promoter wanted to fly you out. What happened? Did he just run out of money or something?
He moved to India, and he was going to fly me out to India, and I think that he couldn't get the ground off on his competition. I think it was the World League of Competitive Eating.
Everyone's like, that stuff is nasty. Guys, this isn't top ramen. This is like actual Japanese ramen.
Yeah, Japanese ramen is bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's really fucking good. Well, that fucking sucks that guy couldn't get that thing off the ground. You could have been like a touring eater.
Yeah, he was a descendant of Daniel Boone. That was his gimmick. Yeah, it was not his gimmick. It's a fact. But he'd wear like the coonskin cap,
the hat,
and he would always eat. His Dale Boone was his name. He was a cool little eater, fat guy, and he was like, "I want to start a club. I want to take you around the world." And he sent me a contract.
He always goes when he talks as other people. He does Alex Jones.
Yeah,
I want to take you around the world.
There's like 5 types of people in this world, so I got a voice for each type.
That's right. He's
new
correct.
record. He set a new record when he did it. He's a madman.
3 fucking liters, man. 1.5 giant bottles of Diet Coke. Motherfucker.
He's an absolute mad lad. There's a 4-pound burrito here in Bellevue that people eat, but I don't think there's a championship for it.
Also, there's Travis, the Travis.
The
Have you
Travis
guys ever heard of
Scott
that?
burger from McDonald's?
No. Oh my God. Hold on.
Pull it up.
Hold on.
This is what we're talking about tonight. We all care about this. This is great.
Pull it up.
Billy, Ben, could you chat me your zip code? Because I want to see what the closest food challenge is to you.
I am
put it in the
not
little chat.
giving away my zip code.
I said put it in the
Hello,
chat.
Ben, Billy, and the #1 guest of all time, Asterios.
That's me.
Asterios!
Thank you for donating to these boys.
Yeah, just
These
do
boys
like
work hard.
Hold on. This is the Travis.
Just do 98125. That's a Seattle zip code, I know.
I'll do that. You got it.
This is the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta.
That was Astro World
that they were just showing there.
Grandma Warner's.
Yeah, this
Welcome to
place.
Grandma's K&I Diner.
It's the Travis.
So there's something hidden under those fries?
Yo, yes. I can't even describe it as a food other than just calling it a Travis.
It's a travesty?
Yes. There's like a bunch of like lettuce and like Mexican type stuff
Is
under
it just a burrito or
Almost.
chilaquiles?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's like a giant burrito, basically. There's a tortilla in it. And you have to eat it within a certain amount of time.
Eat in 60 minutes or pay $30.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's expensive for New Mexico.
I would always go into these things with no money, so I had to win. Because if I lost, like it was like
You did that? Really?
Hell yeah!
You like gambled on it?
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's great.
There's a lot of tortilla in there, so that's gonna fill you up, and the fries.
I'd always go in with a friend though. That way, if I couldn't do it, my friend would have to pay for it. But I wouldn't tell them that. I'd be like, "Hey man, I don't got no money. I didn't realize I wasn't gonna be able to finish this." My friend would be. I never happened, but I always had a contingency plan. I wasn't gonna wash no dishes.
I'm sorry.
Could you imagine having the police called on you because you didn't finish an eating competition?
I mean, they've got to. I bet they have like a system down.
Yeah.
That's probably happened so many times.
Yeah.
But I love that you went into those situations where you were like, failure is literally not an option for me. I did not bring money. I just sent you guys a link in the chat to the closest food challenge to you. It's a giant, almost 7-pound pierogi.
Oh, is it from Pierogi?
Yes, it's from Pierogi on 3rd. Was
it the challenge? Okay, we got to look at that challenge. That's a 7-pound pierogi?
Yeah, I sent you a link to it in the Skype chat. After we're done watching this guy eat all this garbage.
This is a stuffed sopapilla right here. Look at that.
Awesome.
We've watched this before, and the kid is like, "That's my hero."
Yeah, that little kid. Yeah. That little kid's like chonking. He's like, oh yeah. He's like, my mama's chonking. I'm chonking.
Oh shit.
Well, I'm gonna grow up to be this guy. This is Piroshki
Oh
on
God,
third.
that's the wrong one.
I'm so proud of that kid. He's looking up to the right kind of hero.
Hell yeah.
Eating heroes.
Eating.
That kid's welcome. That kid reminds me of the little kid that was at the emergency room that had an open gash on his head. I was at the emergency room. And I was waiting, and this little kid looked just like him. Came in, had a huge, bloody, open gash on his forehead, and he had 2 lollipops. One was like a marshmallow lollipop, and one was like his big lollipop. And he's just sitting there bleeding and eating. And I wanted to give that kid a hug so bad. I was like, man, everything's gonna be okay, little dude. But he was a little smaller than that kid. He was probably like half the age of that kid there. But he's a similar look. And the kid just had this huge gash and 2 cannies, and he was just eating those cannies like nothing mattered. I just felt so bad for him. Who's this little tootie? Is this? Oh,
what the hell is this? The Piroshki?
Yes,
that's the Piroshki.
Well, okay, can you guys explain to me what the fuck a Piroshki is?
It's kind
of like a hot pocket.
Yeah,
it's a lot like a hot pocket, but it's a little more flaky crust. Sometimes a little more doughy of the crust, but it's much like a hot pocket. But this is okay. Can you just do this any damn day?
I'm going to look up the Piroshki challenge. I'm going to their website right now. You got an hour? It's 6.75 pounds. It costs $26. And if you win, you get it for free. You get 2 $25 gift cards and a spot on the Wall of Fame. You must schedule your challenge more than 48 hours in advance, I guess, so they can make the Piroshki.
Yeah, they probably don't have it on hand.
Yeah. I'm at Piroshkionthird.com. I'm looking for the challenge. There's got to be a link to Piroshki competitions.
Yeah, I'm looking over here too.
Piroshki on third.
Piroshki.
Fact.
That's a nice looking Pirosh.
I've never been to Piroshki. Where's Piroshki on third?
It's on third.
It's 710 3rd Avenue. I don't know what the cross street is.
Cherry.
I'm trying to find the damn challenge.
It's at 3rd and Cherry.
I want the challenge.
What's in that Pirosh? Like, it looks like hers has spinach and maybe a cream. I wonder if there's any meat in there. Look at her dollop it back up on the bun. Man, that's way too many carbs, obviously. That's too many everythings, though.
Is there spinach in it?
It looks like spinach and cream.
Spinach.
So
yeah, it looks like spinach.
Probably I don't know, a white cream, maybe like a
jizz.
No, like
I mean, it could be like a feta, like
Yeah.
Let me see if she. I got the video open here. Let me see what she says is in the Piroshki.
Yeah, did she say anything about it?
Not at this point.
Is she just horking and dorking?
Yeah, this whole time.
Come on, woman. We need to know more about this Piroshki. We trusted you with our Piroshki needs. Ricotta, that's the one I was thinking of. Looks like it could be spinach and ricotta. I'm trying to find, like, this stupid website has a tiny little bitch-made menu. Maybe I can pop it out and it will expand.
We never got to eat at Eggy Pocket, and Eggy Pocket went out of business during COVID.
Yep, that's the life we live, though. That's we snooze, we lose, Eggy Pocket.
Yeah, we wanted it. That was like a giant Hot Pocket.
A lot like it.
Yeah.
What the hell, man? A large Piroshki combo with fountain soda and fries, $11.
How can someone this small eat like this? I hate people that can eat like this.
Well, for
It's
one, she is addicted to laxatives.
Oh, she just
Yeah, she's a human Nerf gun. She just loads up the balls in the chamber and then just shoots them out against the wall.
She's the Play-Doh Fun Factory.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
comes
how
right
she
out.
lives. I'm trying to find
the star shaped one.
According to her video, which I was just listening to, you can request what the filling is when you do the competition.
Oh.
So she requested spinach, but it looks like they also have meat Piroshkis.
Oh, boy.
Oh, they
You
do.
can have
They
it with
do. There's all
beer
kinds of
and bacon
Piroshki
cheese.
places in the Seattle area, but everywhere. There's one called Pierogi that's in the Pike Place Market, and there's Pierogi places in my side of town and everywhere. There's a lot of Russians around here.
Eat a big pierogi with me. I'm trying to find a food challenge.
You can. Oh, well, are you on foodchallenges.com?
I went to it and I didn't get the right thing, so I gave up and I went back to Eat Feats because that's where I was at. And then I searched for pierogi on Third, and this came up.
Okay, I just sent you another link. These are all the food challenges in Seattle, like the Sharps Roast House's Monster Burger, the Mill Steakhouse Filthy Mill Monster Burger Challenge, or
they got a Sam's Tavern. You know, Asterios,
Yeah,
Sam's Tavern is the origin of Red Robin.
Red Robin.
The original Red Robin was called Sam's Tavern, and then it became Red Robin, and then I guess the copyright expired, and the original family that created Sam's Tavern recreated Sam's Tavern again in the Seattle area.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's very similar to Red Robin, bottomless fries and shit.
What I'm seeing in these photos, it looks like a goddamn Red Robin. Apparently, their burger challenge is you got to eat 4 half-pound burgers stacked high with lots of toppings. You also got to drink a goddamn Bloody Mary. Are you fucking kidding
the
me?
Bloody Mary's got a burger in it. The Bloody Mary's got a burger in it.
Yeah, right
got
there.
A little burger.
There
you're
it
right.
is.
No, you're right. I'm seeing that.
I
you got to drink a Rainier beer.
When Barbara for you to see was
Did you say Rainier beer?
You got to drink a Rainier beer.
You know what I
according to this
did?
Challenge.
Dude, it's so funny that he said that because I had stupid ads ready for tonight, and it is all old and new Rainier beer commercials.
Oh, I'd love to see some of these.
They are the most hilarious beer commercials ever.
I recorded a verse for a rock band in the Rainier Brewery a couple weeks ago.
Did you? I want to show. You know what? Fuck, man. The Rainier beer commercials are amazing, honestly.
So if you eat this pierogi in a 1-hour time limit, you get your meal for free plus 2 $25 gift cards and a spot on their wall of fame.
That's the most important thing is you get your picture on the wall. They can never take that away from you, even if you've committed horrible, horrible crime. What are they going to do, remember?
Yeah, they still have...
every time someone got canceled, you had to look at your wall of fame and take someone off, these walls of fame would be bare.
They still have Kevin Spacey on that wall.
That's what I'm saying.
He ate that entire pierogi.
You don't think about it. You don't.
Somebody says it was an undefeated pierogi challenge. Did she defeat it? Did that girl defeat it?
I hate to interrupt, but I want to show you. This is a new Rainier beer commercial. Check this. Not Rainier. That's a fucking amazing commercial.
I loved that commercial.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yes.
It was really well animated. I like the style.
Yes. Absolutely. We are going to move into our next segment. It is oddities. Here we go.
Looks like the animation from Wonder Chosen. Yeah, I think a lot of animators from Adult Swim live in the Northwest. Or not a lot, maybe, but I'm pretty sure that Adventure Time animators have ties to the Northwest. BoJack Horseman.
All right. We have to watch this. This was all over Twitter today. This woman who's a Twitch streamer, she got asked the question that a lot of woman streamers get, and it's, "Can I smash?"
Queen.
Oh.
And this is her reply to it.
Okay.
Love this shirt.
No, yeah, that's where she lost me there.
Hey, can I smash? These comments never make sense to me. It's like, what are you going to do? Shove your dick through the computer screen? How is that going to work? Like, are you going to fly me out? Are you going to fly me to wherever it is you live? Are you going to drive over here? Like, how does that even work? I don't understand why people say that. You know, I just don't feel like you're actually committed to the smash. I feel like you're just talking shit. You're just saying things.
You literally named off all types of things people would do if you consented to sex. They would buy tickets. They would drive. They would. All they want is the consent. You're telling us right now that you don't think people will drive or fly to have sex with you? You're wearing a John Cena t-shirt. You're a woman of great character. Obviously. We'll fly to have
Where
sex
does
with you.
Asterios go?
I don't know.
No, I'm just getting ready.
Oh.
Just standing by because Billy's on a tear now.
Oh.
I just got my finger hot and ready. All right, keep going. I'm back.
We'll continue her.
The internet.
Right.
You don't mean it. Come on, come over to my house. Come on over here. I dare you. Are you gonna show up? Huh? I'm waiting. TikTok. Time to fuck.
I want to show you.
Is that consent?
There were two of. I'll show you the two best responses to this being posted on Twitter. They were hilarious. I'm gonna pull up the thread right now. So. She posted it. This is her Twitter on here. And, oh, God, where is it?
TikTok, time to fuck.
That one Crip Daddy guy and Ricky Berwick.
Oh, God,
We're
yeah.
both, like, on our way, and it showed them in, like, their, like, motorized wheelchairs on their way there.
Dude,
Hold
she
on.
should let them hit. Let them smash. I remember Celestia Vega
here we
was so
go.
close to banging Ricky Berwick, and I'm so sad that fell apart.
Oh, dude, that guy Crip Daddy, Donovan.
Yeah, Donovan.
He said one of the funniest things on your thread about farting on a bitch's pussy. Because you said something attacking guys who like to be the little spoon.
Who ask to
and
be
by the
little
way,
spoon.
That's okay.
Asking to be little spoon?
What if you end up it but you didn't ask?
All I said is if you ask to be little spoon, you're
Well,
invited to the
that's
cookout.
one of your edgy tweets.
You're
you
invited
hope.
to the cookout.
Anyway, here's Donovan on his way.
On my way.
Great! Oh my God!
Let the
And then
little
Ricky
homie roll up.
Berwick, I'm almost there.
Now, Tipster also did a little simp reply, and then she followed him, and he was like, victory. Because I think Tipster's going to smash now.
Suzu.
Susu.jpg. Yeah,
she used to do very different kind of content than what she does now.
What was her old content?
Like borderline porn kind of. Yeah,
I thought she was wholesome.
No.
What's the John Cena shirt about then? I thought she was a face. Now she's a dirty heel? She should just let everybody smash. Wouldn't that be great if she just let all the little neckbeards and cripples and fat, like, tipster, big old fat humans? Not me, though. I'm losing weight. Everybody else smash?
Yeah, but Donovan was like, that's the only time you have an excuse to fart on a bitch's pussy is when you're the little spoon.
The little spoon. Secular doomist. You are... your crush is a beautiful bee, whatever that means. But yeah, it was Wang responded and said, what if you just end up in the little spoon or something like that, right? And then Donovan responded to him. It was cute. How do you feel about being a little spoon, Asterios?
I mean, that's the thing is, like, you're cuddling for hours if you're doing it right.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, naturally, organically, you're going to roll one way, but you know, maybe you roll away because you want to cool down. And then she's like, no, get back over here. Organically is different.
You know what? I don't think we talked about Asterios got engaged, and he took a poll of whether or not he should reproduce, and it was a resounding no.
What?
Both of these things are true.
You're not listening to them, are you?
I think I might have a kid out of spite.
Good. I know your history was spite. I'm proud. I'm proud to know that you do it out of spite. Because one, Asterios, not only would you be a really great dad, you'd be a really great dad.
I would.
But beyond that, your genes need to go forth. And you got a good partner here. Like, how stupid these people don't want you to reproduce because they don't want to compete with your kid.
I want to point out,
your kid's going to take everything they want in this world from them because they can have whatever it wants.
I'm sorry, you were pointing something out, Ben? I'm listening.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just noticed that John Cena looks fat on her shirt because the part where his stomach is stretched out by some things.
By her big old tits?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, no, John Cena rises above hate, C-Nation. I'm really happy that she wore that shirt. I hope she bangs Crip Daddy and Ricky Berwick and Tipster. I think that would be awesome.
There's nothing wholesome about John Cena, by the way.
He's wholesome.
Wasn't he on Howard Stern and talked about how he had like a fuck the fattest girl bet?
He
with
was
other
talking
wrestlers?
about how he wouldn't turn down women who wanted to have sex with him. That's wholesome. That's what this woman's doing. She's actually saying,
if they showed up, she would turn them
Basically,
down.
you think so?
Yes.
She's saying TikTok time to fuck.
No.
I don't think they'd be able to get it up in the moment. I think they'd be too intimidated.
Really?
Because here's the
Who
thing.
are you talking about? Are they old?
Ricky Berwick? I don't know if Ricky Berwick could get it up ever. I don't know how he works down there.
Oh, them. I mean, just because they can't walk and
I'm
shit
saying
doesn't
I
mean...
don't know. Hopefully he can get a big old massive boner and she can give him 7 orgasms.
Just because certain things don't work right doesn't mean that doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't know.
Honestly wasn't even thinking about that aspect of it.
Oh,
I
okay.
was more thinking about the pressure. Like, think about this. You've been on the fucking megabus for 17 hours. You're getting snored on and fucking drooled on, and the whole megabus smells like weed and piss. Like, you finally get out, and then you're
talking
hop in
about.
an Uber.
Hold on, you're talking about like an internet simp watching.
Last
no.
time
The
Asparagus
problem wouldn't
Coconuts
be.
left the episode just before I had a chance to say how happy I was to see him back. Are we going to suck Billy's deck to make the goal next time?
Oh, I love that suck my deck game.
We might need to. No, but like the concern wouldn't be whether or not they could get it up. Not all, maybe some, but most. No, it would be like they would shoot their load like immediately and nothing would happen. Is more than likely what would happen.
Let me roll out my case before you decide. Now, I agree they would come fast if it got to that. So I think we could find some agreement there. But you're on the megabus for 17 hours. You've been pissed on and drooled on, like literally someone threw a dirty fucking diaper at you. Then you get off the megabus, you're in the middle of nowhere because the megabus stops are always fucking weird. Like, you hop on another bus or you get in an Uber pool. Like, you finally get there, you're sweaty, you're tired, like you're exhausted. You knock on the door, she opens up the door, and she's like, all right, it's time to fuck. I think you're intimidated.
I
think
feel
all of a
like
sudden,
you're just horny on the bus the whole time, and you're like thinking about it, and you're like maybe watching some videos and shit.
It depends.
I don't know.
It depends on whether or not you're a champion. You're probably not a champion to start with if you're responding to a girl who's offering to just fuck because you're asking to smash, right? Like you're probably already losing. But if for some reason you're like, hey, let's smash because you just do 1,000 shots and you roll through with whichever one hits, because some people are like that. Some people will throw out 1,000 pitches and wait for that one to come hit back at them, the home run. They don't care.
Numbers game.
It's the numbers game.
Right.
And when they go to it, they are in it to win it. So we don't know exactly what type of person the person is. I would like to think Ricky Berwick would be like, get her addicted to cock worship. And she'd just be all about that little cripple wang bang bang. I like to think that. I don't know why I like to think that. I just have like the in my eyes, Ricky Berwick is a tiny little throbbing cock hero. That's all.
Look, we all want the best for Ricky Berwick.
Yeah, I want better than the best.
But I'm just saying, when fantasy meets reality, you never know what's going to happen down there.
She hates vegans.
Well, that is pretty sexy.
Yeah, why would hate vegans too with those two big stupid beefers?
I mean, she's very small, so they look big in comparison. Right?
She's tiny.
Yeah.
Anyways, I thought her take was great, and I sent you the video because of the John Cena shirt. I was like, oh man, we got to watch this on the show. I want to make 1,000 John Cena jokes. But I didn't make enough. A lot of people are calling
cheer
out
John Cena. I will cheer John Cena when he does a heel run in AEW. I will fucking buy front row tickets to appear to that. I want him to show up and pretend like, oh yeah, I'm here now. Like Hollywood shit me out, and now I'm back here now, and I did everything I did before for the money, and like that kind of thing. I want a Hollywood Hogan, John Cena heel run.
Dude, John Cena's in the Chinese pocket. He's never going to have to go back to wrestling. He'll
go back to wrestling.
Him and LeBron James are going to do 1,000 different Space Jams. They're fine. They're fine. They love China.
I don't think he'll never go back to wrestling.
Look, I have a serious question for you guys, and I'm going to have to aim the camera away from my face because I don't want this clip to be used against me later. So hold on.
Fair enough.
Hold on.
Fair
aim. I'm just going to cover up the camera. All right, give me
Yeah,
one
wouldn't it be
second.
great if Asterios moved the camera off?
me?
He moved the camera
Okay.
off, and there was like a dead body or something hanging in his house.
All right. Real talk. Here's my question. You guys think John Cena fucked Jim Cornette's wife?
Probably.
There is a definite possibility because Jim Cornette always speaks very highly of John Cena, but he hates a lot of like new school wrestlers, and John Cena kind of ushered in that goofy era of wrestling that like Jim Cornette really doesn't like. And he did work under Jim Cornette and OVW for quite a while and was he got a major push. I also think probably Randy Orton.
A big push.
I think probably Randy Orton Batista might have too.
But yeah, they probably all did. They probably all went to town.
Those were John Cena, Randy Orton, and Batista were some of three. Shelton Benjamin too. OVW.
Brock
at that
Lesnar
time,
came through there too, right?
You know what? I got to ask Jim Cornette about that. Jim Cornette threatened to shoot Brock Lesnar because Brock Lesnar almost had her up for like a press slam, and kind of moved his fingers around her vajayjay.
Yeah,
and she had fresh vajayjay piercings.
Because he tell him to be careful with her because she had fresh piercings.
Yes, that's the DP episode you should review, the Jim Cornette one. Oh my God. Yes. That's the one.
Guys, I can't believe you're engaging in rumor mongering.
We love
rumors. These are human beings, these people. They're not just fictional characters for you to cast aspersions around it. Just what to fill up some airtime on a YouTube stream?
No, it's wrestling.
Shame,
It's all fake. They're not real humans. It's all fake.
I guess that's true. Hey, did you see that a bunch of them got fucking fired 10 minutes ago? I
Who?
sent you guys a chat.
Oh no.
Check out the list. It's bad. They did another one. They did not wait for Q4. John Morrison, Top Dollar, Ashante Adonis, Isaiah Swerve Scott, meaning all of Hit Row is now gone.
I don't even know who that is. I haven't watched WWE in almost 2 years now. I gave
Swerve
up
was
on it.
from Defy up here. He was a Defy champion, and then he got signed by them. Drake Maverick. That's the little guy from Impact, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He was great.
Yeah, he was. Tegan Knox, Shane Thorne, Jason Rager. It's like they didn't even wait for Christmas.
Didn't they
Like,
release
that's
John
what they-
Morrison's wife recently?
I don't know.
Or girlfriend? Taylor something?
I think so, but I'm not positive. I think they did.
For those of you wondering why any of this matters, it doesn't. We're just wrestling nerds. For those
Yeah, we
of
just
you-
like wrestling.
Yeah. For those of you wondering why we so nonchalantly moved on from Brock Lesnar fingering Jim Cornette's wife's genital piercings.
Well, he pulled a gun on him.
Yeah, we nonchalantly moved on because also it's pro wrestling. The amount of sexual assault that's happened in the last 40 years of pro wrestling,
oh my God,
is through the roof to the point where it's become beyond normalized. Asterios, put something over your camera. It's sick. The amount of stuff that's happened in pro wrestling with on every level. I feel like Vince McMahon wants to sell WWE right now because he knows there's a ticking clock on him being canceled. And there might be, like, if the rumors are to be held as
That's
true,
the thing. Allegedly,
Vince McMahon allegedly may have covered up a murder by telling the world that Jimmy Snuka had a savage mind and didn't know what he was doing when he killed a woman in a hotel room. These are just the rumors, though.
He was like, Jimmy Snuka, but he's too dumb to murder someone.
Basically,
he doesn't know how murder would work.
Basically,
he couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, the rumor was that was the how Vince got him out. So, oh no, he's a simple-minded savage. He couldn't have done it.
God damn it, pal. God damn it, pal.
Oh my God. I don't know.
I'm about to grab a couple videos. I just have to send them to myself really quick here.
Well, while I'm looking at this giant stack of burgers, I took Barbara for you to see to Sam's Tavern when she was in Seattle last time.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just walking around Capitol Hill looking for a place that was open, and it was early in the afternoon. And nothing was open. Sam's was one of the only places open, and the menu was just meat, everything. And she's a vegan,
yeah.
So it was hard to find her a damn food anywhere there. And this was the one place that was open. It was horrible. When are they gonna make a Dark Side of the Ring episode on the Cream Team? Damn. Damn.
I saw RSP today do a tweet that was like, just a reminder, I don't do podcasts. And I'm like, he's been on my podcast.
He's been on Stone Cold's podcast too.
Yeah, like obviously there's some exceptions.
Hey, you look, here's the exceptions. You do Drunken Peasants, you do Stone Cold's podcast, and you do nobody else.
We're basically at the same level. What can I say?
Look, of course. Between Ben, you're no Stone Cold. I'm no Stone Cold.
What?
But together, we're Stone Cold.
You and me combined, it's almost like Captain Planet.
Yeah, we're like the damn Planeteers, and our powers combined, we become one Stone Cold. What? Between my stunning good looks and your ability to chug a few Steve Weisers, we become one Stone Cold. What?
I'm going to play everyone some exclusive footage of our buddy Scott in the ring that I have here.
Excellent.
Scott's not here tonight because he's at a furry convention.
Actually, hold on a second. I should start here. Hold on.
Earlier in the match instead of the finish?
Yeah.
Scott's gonna murder this guy. Scott's gonna commit actual murder against this guy.
Where is this? When was this? Can you set this?
This was last Friday in Seattle, Washington.
This was last week?
This was last week.
Yeah, yeah. This is me in the crowd filming this shit. This guy's talking trash. I think I got these two videos mixed up. Anyway, here's
Scott about ready to do a wrestling. Hit him, Scott. Hit him.
Oh, those punches look good.
Apparently I'm the timekeeper as well. Paws are flying everywhere.
Oh, he's going to beat him up. Oh, come on, Jacob.
Yeah, that wasn't on Scott.
Paws are flying in this matchup.
Yeah, you said that one.
Okay, and this is where Scott does some brutal shit.
Oh my goodness, that was great. Hey, sell it more, asshole.
Are we going to get a lariat? Oh, he countered the lariat with a boot.
Now, okay,
yeah, I didn't have the whole
that
thing.
Look great.
Yeah,
no, Scott's selling.
Scott's a monster in the ring. Scott and I had a wrestling match in Canada. I don't know, probably like 12, 13 years ago. Maybe even 15 years ago. Long time. And we just copied the main plan for Shawn Michaels versus Vader. at SummerSlam '96. I won the first 2 falls by disqualification and count out, and then he beat me because he was the champion at the time. The little tard fed he was in, it was great. Yard fed, I mean, it was cute.
Yo, is there any more Scott wrestling we watched? That was great. Scott was doing great.
Yeah,
Scott's
I
great.
can pull some up. There's all kinds of wrestling footage of him.
Yeah, I want to. That fucking.
Should we watch the Kanye thing just to serve the?
Of course, we have to.
Yeah.
We have to serve the.
It's in the title.
We have to serve the algo.
That's what I'm saying.
We got to serve the
We have to
algo.
serve the algorithm. Yeah,
all right, so let's do that, and then we'll finish off with Scott wrestling.
Excellent.
We got to serve the algo. How's Billy's chest? I don't know.
Yeah. Scott lit Billy up with some chops. He cut him with his chops.
That's awesome.
How's it going right there? Oh, it's way healed. It's way healed. He was bleeding. He was bleeding from it, though, back then. He was fucking really bleeding. All right, what's the timestamp? You sent it to me.
33 minutes and 24 seconds, I think.
Let me see.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 32 minutes and 24 seconds.
All right.
But yeah, Scott, that was a week ago, so Scott beat the trash out of him.
Surprised. I was like, holy shit, he's going hard.
But you actually accomplished that. Like, when a Yeezy drops, when a sneaker drops, like, our community goes crazy for it. Like, when you said it.
Kanye is on something here. Like, he's fucked
Kanye.
up. Okay? He is fucked up. Like, I can tell by the way he's like, kind of limp a little bit, and he's kind of like,
You said Yeezy jumped over the jump man.
And I bet what he says here is going to back it up.
I don't know if you knew what you were saying, but
Jordan still won't meet with me.
I know when someone's fucked up.
I'm trying to meet with Michael Jordan. I'm like, man, it's a song, man. But
Michael Jordan won't meet with Kanye. Kanye's Yeezys started selling, and he says he jumped more than he jumped over Jumpman or whatever with his shoe sales, and he's saying Michael Jordan still thinks that won't talk to Kanye because of those comments in a rap song. I heard Michael Jordan is very racist against other black people. I don't know if that's true. There was like
his wife is like Armenian or something. Like
Michael Jordan's is.
Yeah, he hooked up with like a younger woman.
There was like a story, I think it was Chameleonaire, like 10 years ago, put out about meeting Michael Jordan, how horrible Michael Jordan was to him. I don't know the depth of all that, it's interesting that he don't want to talk to Kanye. He don't want to talk to Kanye.
Very competitive.
So they kind of had something in common. You know what I'm saying?
No,
So
Michael
now
Jordan
Pete
said
Davidson's dating Kim Kardashian.
The only white guy she's ever dated, right?
No, I don't think so. Didn't
No?
she date somebody else?
No.
Wasn't there?
No.
Thing is like, why y'all acting like Virgil made me hot? These shoes is hot. Like this, somebody I met with Michael Jordan. Used to work with me. But Nike
Why
really
is she
ain't had
wearing
shit since the
murderer
Yeezys. They
gloves?
can't.
But
they could.
He's high.
Get it back, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe they're
there was a period where
anti-COVID
Drake just-
gloves.
I couldn't get no traction.
okay,
and
but
stuff,
let's go
you know
from
what
the
I'm
Red
saying?
Octobers. Go from the Red Octobers.
But it was like I was Nike and Drake is like Yeezy, a rap. Like I'm Yeezy to what Nike is. And now with Donda, you starting to get some traction back. He put miracles on me by leaning to that.
You still wearing Nike socks? It's kind of weird.
Nike, man, but I'm wearing it because I'm not no slave to that. This is my partner. Like, tell me this: Adidas could sign Pharrell or sign Drake or sign Pusha, right? But I can't wear Nike. That's pretty one-sided. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
That's pretty one-sided, especially.
Sorry.
They was losing.
Trying to get comfortable.
They was losing $2 billion when there was a $15 billion company losing $2 billion when I got there. Now, Yeezy's a $3 billion company and they a $60 billion company. So who got the short end of the stick? How was that engineered? You know, it's not to either we get respect directly from these companies or we do our own thing. But I'm gonna lay them on their back. I'm gonna lay them on their back. Gap, Adidas, I run it.
I just noticed there's like a bottle of liqueur right there in front of him.
There's
and a
bottles
glass.
everywhere, yeah.
Yeah, so he's fucked up.
They're all sipping.
Yeah.
Putin. Run it. I'm
right
laying
here.
in the morning.
Run this back. Run this back. Listen to what he just said.
How far back? Like
5 seconds.
Oh, okay. Like right there.
The $2 billion when there was a $15 billion company. It was a $2 billion when I got there. Now, Yeezy's a $3 billion company, and they a $60 billion company. So who got the short end of the stick? How was that engineered? You know, it's not to either we get respect directly from these companies or we do our own thing. But I'm gonna lay them on their back. I'm gonna lay them on their back. Gap, Adidas, I run it. I'm Putin. I run it.
I run it. I'm Putin.
I'm Putin.
I'm Putin.
I like that.
I run it. I'm Putin.
Does he have a weird haircut, or does he have like scars on his head?
It might be a haircut, but it might be the scars from his accident he was in.
Yeah. See how his hair is?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
He
looks
might
weird.
He might also just cut his own hair because he's like, only I could do it perfectly.
He got the God cut.
Because I realized, I was like, man, I'm like young Putin. Until I realized that culture is a form. But
Young Putin, so you're in the KGB?
He's young Putin.
Young Putin was a KGB agent.
Kanye General Bureau? KGB?
Yes.
No, what's funny?
Your reference to Putin is amazing.
It gets deep, too.
Accurate.
I love watching Kanye talk.
Because I was like, yo, I'm young Putin until I
from Chicago.
Until I realized
from O Block, right?
Yeah, no.
This is you talking about
Vladimir.
Yeah. Vladimir Putin.
I used to say I was young Vladimir until I realized
I meant like farting and shitting. Like, what did you think he meant?
You know, in a lot of other languages, I know quite a few people from Europe, and they tell me that like in their language, Putin and poutine are the same thing. That like they call him poutine. So it's the same thing. He's basically French fries with gravy and cheese curds.
There's nothing basic about poutine.
It's basic.
It was Vladimir. You know the moment when I realized that it was? When I realized that culture is an oil. Culture is an energy. And I'm the king of culture for the past 20 and the next 2,000 years.
Did you hear that?
He had me and he lost me.
Oh, is he wrong? Is he wrong?
Yes, he will not lead the culture for the next 2,000 years. Like, hey, I'm glad you're proud of your shoe company, and I think it's funny that you dunked on Michael Jordan, someone who literally dunked on people for a living, and now he won't return your calls. But like, also, quit while you're ahead. Like, what are you doing here?
Well, we can't say that he won't be around for the next 2,000 years. We're in a world right now where. Everything is digital and it's ever growing, and every moment is cemented in time. So Kanye dies, but the Kanye brand could be around for 2,000 years.
I'm not saying it will be physically impossible for there to be media that survives 2,000 years from now. I'm saying we won't give a shit. There's like plenty of old movies from the 1900s. We could go to archive.org right now and watch it. Those movies were super goddamn important, but we don't care.
He's already pushing himself like a religion.
He has a really good point though that you kind of glossed over.
What's that?
Like people that are born like long after Kanye was even a twinkle in anyone's eye won't give a fuck about Kanye West.
Unless he indoctrinates himself on a level.
He won't actually.
On a religion-like level. He's already building it like a religion, okay?
Listen to him. He'll weave a web of bullshit.
I mean, I agree that it's not impossible. I just don't. It's like, yes, of course it's possible, but like nobody cared about Donda. Remember, all we cared about was that the guy like rented out a fucking football stadium and then locked himself in it for like a month, and we were all like, oh, okay.
People like really Donda. Donda did big numbers. He's talking here about how his career was down and out when he was going up against Drake. But now with Donda, people are care again, and him and Drake are on cool terms again. They melded that distance. He's coming out of his MAGA phase. He's coming into a whole new phase. He could be the new Scientology.
MAGA phase.
That's the best thing about Kanye. He's saying
come out of his MAGA face. He did. You're right. He
he's
did.
saying,
But has he come out of taking the cotton balls out of your mouth phase?
I don't know if he possibly can. That was part of healing. But we're looking at Kanye, and he's saying that oil and all these natural resources, he's saying culture is one of the new natural resources, and he is the king of culture. So
I mean, yeah, he is saying that. He literally said that. You're repeating it like we didn't hear him say that.
Yeah.
I just don't think his culture is the kind of. It's not. Look, it's not that great. Are we offline?
No,
you're thick. You're thick.
No,
Why
I
am
just
I
put you. I put you full screen
Okay.
because you were making a point.
Oh, look! All I'm saying is, I don't think like the Sistine Chapel, the Gutenberg Bible, and Donda are on the same level. A lot of people in the chat don't know what Donda is.
Yeah, they don't.
It's like, yeah, okay, the guy made another album. All right, great. I'm sure it had a couple of good songs on it. Oh, did he have some guest rappers? Okay, great. Like, but it didn't move the culture. You know what I mean?
Does Kanye have illusions? Huh? Does Kanye have illusions of grandeur?
I mean, yeah, but those are funny. I don't mind that he has illusions of grandeur. I just don't think his illusions are going to become a reality.
But look at how much of his illusions have become a reality. So even if he shoots for the moon, if he shoots for 2,000 years and only gets 20 years, how impressive is that on the level of young Putin?
I like the name Young Putin. I think that's a good nickname. I think that's a fun thing to want to be. He made himself a new nickname. Like, good. Like, he's good at that. I don't know that we're going to be calling him Young Putin 2,000 years from now. I think we're going to move on.
That's what you think, right? But if he calls 2,000 years, do you think that's crazy? Maybe him running for president, that was crazy. But he takes these shots that are well outside of the reach of reality, and he always tends to fall a little further ahead than he was before. So he might jump for 2,000 years, and he might just fall into place like a young Scientology. He might be young, who's the guy that did Scientology? L. Ron. He might be N. Baum Hubbard.
N. Baum Hubbard?
Is that racist? I think that's racist.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
It's racist.
Yeah, you wouldn't have said that about a white rapper.
Not at all.
Moving on. I agree with you that it's good to set goals, Billy. Yes, we can all agree that it's good to have a lofty goal. And even if you don't hit the moon, you might hit the... Yeah, okay. Yes. Can you name one song off Donda?
Donda?
I don't know what Donda is, but I'll let you guys
it's his new
talk
album.
about it.
But it's not for me. Donda's not for me.
Really,
I'm old.
Really quick, I'm downloading a couple RSP video or Scott videos with RSP actually, where Scott wrestled Ricky a couple times. I know that Asterios and his fiance are really into Christian lore. Do you have an update on the court thing that happened today?
Well, I have an update for you guys. Can you maybe big screen one more time?
Oh, sure. I'll big screen you here.
Thank you. I do have an update. If you guys go to the website spiteincorporated.com right now, you can purchase the Asterios medallion. It is made of real Crayola model magic clay. We found the exact kind of clay they use. We found the exact kind of paint they use. The exact dimensions. We even have the dumb little ring thing they have so you can put it around your neck. You can pick up the Asterios medallion and its fiance, the Saran Chan medallion at spiteincorporated.com right now. But getting back to the court case, yeah, unfortunately, there was another continuance. We're going to have to get used to this. As someone who had to go through a trial myself, what my lawyer told me was that each side, both prosecution and defense, get 2 continuances without even having to justify to the judge. You just get 2 as a gimme. So that's 4 continuances you just kind of get as gimmies.
It's like a mulligan when you're golfing.
Yes. Yeah, it is exactly like a mulligan. So it's been continued to February, and it will probably be continued again. It sucks, but the good news is the longer it's continued, the longer this person is in jail.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it sucks for Christine more, right? It sucks for Christine more than any of us.
Yes, it does. But the only way we are safe is if they are in jail. They're not hitting people with their cars. They're not.
Do you understand? Do you know that the BronyCon that Christine was going to is in Bellevue, Washington?
Yeah, I'm guessing that they.
We were going to go down there and meet up. Do you realize that if Chris Chan wouldn't have admitted to doing what they did and gotten arrested for it, me and Billy would have met up with Chris Chan and Janky, who was going to be there too? They were all going to be there. That is insane. Yeah. I was thinking about that earlier.
It was on my
we would have
birthday.
seen Isabella. Yeah, it was on his birthday.
Yes, we all thought things were getting better. It's like, oh, Null is slowly parceling out a little bit of money to them every time they deliver these drawings. Like, because here's the thing. Unlike CWC's medallions, if you buy mine, they will actually get to you in the mail. You will not have to, file a grievance with eBay to get these goddamn medallions. But we all thought things were turning around for CWC. You meeting with CWC at that BronyCon probably would have been nice. It would have been a nice little time you had. And then we all found out that they pulled an egghead. That's what they're calling it now.
Are they?
Yeah.
Is that true?
That's what they're calling it. Yeah.
For your first half, main motherfucking event. Tag team competition is first hailing from Furry Creek, British Columbia.
Is this 3, 2, 1?
Yeah.
Scott was in a stable called the Fur Horsemen, where they were all furries. Which venue is this?
I think this is the Showbox.
Yeah, okay. Was this the show we went to?
I don't think this was the one we went to, unless this is him versus the girls.
No, it's a tag team match, I believe. So this is Battlemania 1, I think, right? Because we went to Battlemania 2.
The one at the Showbox. This is Fur and Loathing.
Fur and Loathing. I love it.
That's great.
That's Caden Talbane. I wrestled him one night on my birthday when I was up in Canada, probably 2005. And he brought in a cake, and I got to slam him into the cake face first.
Nice. You cake-faced him.
I cake-faced him on my birthday. He's a sweet guy. He's like a wolf kin, identifies a wolfie, I believe.
By the way, Asterios, the term going full egghead is a very old term in the DP universe, and it's basically like never make a video crying, because Egghead would always make videos where he cried, and we would call that going full egghead.
Yeah, now it means something else.
No, stop.
Now going full egghead means having sex with Chris Chan's mom.
That's you heard it from one of the original 4 DPers himself.
No, he's not one.
I'm the original owner and creator of Drunken Peasants.
He's the one they talk about a drunken peasant. They're talking about Billy.
Yeah, I'm the one that invented the banana split.
Did you? Oh shit.
Ricky Shane Page. I wonder if they're gonna touch dicks. Are they gonna touch? They're gonna touch dicks. That girl there that he just kissed her hand.
Yeah.
She did some voice work for us on the Ronald McFondle album.
Really?
The wrestling song on the Ronald McFondle album. She's the voice introduced. And this is God damn it. B-Boy, yeah. He's old school West Coast wrestling. Ricky don't give a fuck.
There's a
about anything,
surprisingly big
ever.
audience for wrestling in Seattle.
Tag team action underway. Fred and Logan have been on quite a roll. Not a little. They've been on it.
Hot dog hand grenade went to school with Ricky. Let's fast forward to the Scott parts. We don't need to see these other guys wrestle. We want to see Scott and Ricky wrestle.
There's the tag.
Come on, Scott. Do some Scott stuff, Ricky. He's calling out Ricky. Come on, Scott. Do some Scott stuff to Ricky.
There we go.
Look at these boys. Almost, Scott and Ricky were having a match in Massachusetts. We rented out like this elk lodge, and we had a ring set up in the outside the elk lodge thing, big lodge. And Ricky did this swanton off of a moving truck, a U-Haul truck, and he went into this table, and the table like broke in a way that the leg of the table shot up through the table and put a hole directly in his suit. And if he would have been like half an inch over, it would have impaled him. It would have impaled him. He'd have maybe not be wrestling today. It was so crazy. And then
But it looked great.
Yeah, it looked awesome. That match was great. It was Scott versus Ricky. It was the main event of the little weekend we were doing, and we had a gigantic entryway that was it was like big bare legs with the old crew socks, the crew socks and the shoes, and then a gigantic dick and balls hanging above the entryway. It was fantastic.
If there's any photos of that, I would love to see that. That sounds fantastic.
It's got to be somewhere. Scott probably has it somewhere.
Of the giant dick and balls entrance,
He's got to have it somewhere. The guy who put on the event runs Beyond Wrestling, which is like one of the.
Damn.
Yeah, this is way back. We came up like Ricky and Scott and me and the guy who owns Beyond Wrestling and a bunch of other backyard wrestlers would do these big events. We'd travel around the U.S. and just hang out with each other and eat crazy food, and it was basically like fraternity life. Every once in a while we get together for that frat life, and most of these guys went on to be pretty well-known wrestling figures.
What was the strip club you went to?
Which one?
In Ohio?
In Ohio, Club Raj.
And that was with these guys, right?
Yeah, we all went there.
Club Raj.
It was in Bellevue, Ohio.
Yeah, which is weird.
And we got there, and we were throwing money around, and they really liked us, and they played the Val Venus theme song, and we all popped. They played it like just randomly. They didn't know we were wrestlers, and we popped for it. And so they started playing wrestling theme songs the rest of the night during the strip club dances. So like Stone Cold came on, and we all started giving each other stunners in the strip club, and they were like, "Okay, guys, settle down, guys." But we were like,
wasn't it like a weird shack or something though?
It wasn't. It was kind of like I wouldn't say weird shack.
Okay.
But it looked like it was out in the middle of a cornfield. It was out in the middle of nowhere, as it seemed. But
there are like trucker strip clubs in Ohio where like truckers go.
Yeah, the girls were all pretty nice, except the one that was like a 230-pound juggalo chick, and she was nice. but she was big, and she came up to me asking for a lap dance, and I'm not the type of guy that's going to buy a lap dance, you know? I'll throw money at you on stage all day long, but I don't want to be back there alone with you, you know, just because what's the point? What's the point? What's the point? But like, she walks up to me, and they see me, my big ass, and her big ass, and everybody starts chanting my name. So I'm like, I gotta buy the damn lap dance. The lap dances were like $45. They came with a porno DVD, and we get back there.
Well, that's value.
It's value. We get back there, and she's just talking to me about like what do I do and stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, you know, I'm working with music and stuff. And she's like, we're here with wrestling. So, oh, wrestling music. Do you like ICP? I'm like, yeah, they're cool. She's like, I love ICP. And then she like gets down on her knees. She puts my wiener in her mouth through the pants and does like this teeth thing where she's like giving me a JO with her teeth. And I'm like, this is not like, this is exactly why I didn't want to come back here. Because now I'm getting a freaking tooth job from a 230-pound juggalo chick in Bellevue, Ohio. And I'm going to have to tell everybody about this one day on a podcast. I don't need this in my life.
Bellevue, Ohio is very different from Bellevue, Washington.
Yes, very different.
Very different.
That was the night that I got the most ridiculously unfair $1 lap dance. Like they had $1 dances. And they send like all the girls out on the floor. Like, all right, guys, dollar dances. Hold your dollar up. And all of us were there, so we all held our dollars up. And this little red-haired girl comes up to me, and she just starts grinding in my lap. I get like this massive boner, and the boner goes through my pants, through her panties, inside of her, and she's like banging me through our clothes for $1. And I'm like,
Where was this?
Club Raj in Bellevue, Ohio.
Oh my God.
It was the same night. I'm like, this is like, it's a $1. Don't do this. Why are you doing this? It's $1. Why are you doing this?
Maybe they paid them by the hour.
I don't know, dude. It was weird.
Did you pay like a cover charge?
It was like $10 to get in. And the dollar dances were just to like
maybe I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Because every girl went out for the dollar dances.
Look at Asterios' face.
Yeah, exactly.
I just sent you guys a link to the Club Raj Instagram.
Oh, I've seen it. Have we looked it up with Asterios on the show?
Yeah, we went to their website last time I was on the show. So I thought this time I'd go to their Instagram. I'm just trying to see how they've survived the pandemic.
Yeah, how they make it through the panty.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of dollar COVID dances. I hope not.
Club Raj. Okay, let me see if I can get there.
Yeah, like I grew up in Northern Ohio, so I've been through Bellevue, Ohio a bunch of times, but I've never heard of Club Raj before.
She might have been, the redhead girl might have been the prettiest girl in the club too. Like, I don't know what she was doing for $1. Maybe she had a fat dad or something. Club Raj rocks.
Oh no! Okay. The last thing they posted.
I'm afraid
July
to scroll
24th.
down here.
It's Instagram, but yeah.
Yeah.
What was the last thing they posted?
Looks like their very last post on July 24th of this year, which is good, is that they were supporting. I guess one of the strippers' kids died.
Oh, that's sad. That's really sad. I hate that we brought this up. I want to cry.
Thanks, Asterios.
Thanks, Asterios. Dead kids.
I expected this to be funny like their website was.
Yeah, dead kids just aren't as funny as $1 lap dances and juggalo tooth jobs.
I have another one too. Look, you just dropped him.
Yeah, RSP. Look at Ricky Thick. He thick.
He'll probably be on the main card soon, right? I'm thinking
maybe.
They've already given him like matches with a Big Show and shit. So
he was.
How tall is he?
About 6'3".
Okay.
6'3", I think. 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, I'm on his Wikipedia page
6'4"?
right now. His build height is 6'5".
Yeah. He looks very tall compared to people. Like he's
It's
taller
just
than
build
everyone
height,
else in this match.
Yeah.
He's 37 damn years old. God damn.
Yeah. He's like he grew up like an hour away from where I did.
Yes, he was a Sandusky, Ohio
Yeah.
boy. I slept at his house when I went out to Ohio for a wrestling thing back in like 2005.
It was in Sandusky?
Oh, I slept
like
at his
that
house
area?
in Sandusky.
Yeah.
I think maybe the wrestling thing was in Bellevue, but I'm not sure.
That's so weird that they would do wrestling in Bellevue.
It was
like
it
there's
was just
nothing there.
It was just a backyard wrestling fed that used to be
Okay.
big, and all these
Okay.
guys like started doing indie shows. They all got training and stuff, but like they still got together for these wrestling things. We're just like hangout barbecue party times with all the wrestling guys.
That sounds fun though.
It was hella fun.
Yeah.
We would travel all around the United States for these things and just hang out with each other for a weekend or a couple weeks sometimes. Eat like madmen. We'd go to like the Rodizio buffet.
Is that how you know
steakhouses?
the place in Maine?
The Nordic Lodge
Yeah.
in Rhode Island? Yes.
Oh, it was Rhode Island.
Rhode
Okay.
Island,
I thought it was
yes.
Maine.
So the guy who owns Beyond Wrestling put me onto that one. We all went there.
According to this, he was just on AEW Dark 2 fucking weeks ago.
Yep.
God
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
He
That's
faced
nuts.
Big Show at their big event in New York City.
Oh, that's so fucking cool. I
Yeah.
was so afraid to go to that because of fucking COVID. I really wish I'd gone. Oh my god, that would have been so great to.
I think it
even
was-
though the match went to a draw, it would have been great to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Scott went to All Out. It was good times. We saw JR and Jerry Lawler do a live panel together too.
Oh, that's so great.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go urinate. So
yeah,
you guys talk amongst yourselves.
Urinate.
I'll be back.
Well, I got to step off in a second myself. So while he's heading away, just you check out the Loudest Podcast, kids. You go to theloudestpodcast.com. You find us on iTunes and all that. It's fun. It's a fun goddamn podcast. You're gonna love the goddamn
It's
Loudest
fun.
Podcast. You listen to it. Why don't you and Billy do like a weekly wrestling show? You
'Cause
do
we
like
don't have the
so
time.
many. Well, okay. Well, here's what I'm saying. You do so many episodes of DP a week. Like, why isn't one of them a wrestling show?
Because
Do you
our
think the
audience
wouldn't
doesn't
like
like wrestling.
it? Okay. Because we're watching wrestling right now, just to remind you, and talking
Yeah,
about
I
wrestling.
mean, like,
talking about wrestling for
We're
like
just
an
doing
hour.
it, you know.
Yeah. It's like.
It's
I
hard
think-
to keep things on the rails.
Yeah, I know when I'm here. I know. You're right. But like, but I'm just saying, like, once a week, if you guys talked about wrestling, I bet it would just be so much fucking fun. And I wonder if you would start to grow like a new audience.
It's hard to grow a new audience when you're labeled as like a naughty channel. You know what I'm saying?
Wrestling fans are naughty though.
Well, no. I mean YouTube. They hide you.
Yes.
They bury you in the haystack. You
That's
know?
true.
And we've got that. You know, like we had Milo on, and like things really changed after like the Milo thing broke.
Yeah.
Yeah. When like Milo got canceled and the clips of our show were on CNN constantly, and there was me being like, sounds like Catholic priest molestation to me.
No. I mean, yes.
I was on CNN wearing a luchador mask saying it sounds like Catholic priest molestation to me. And they kept playing it. And it said anonymous host on the bottom. And I got a retraction from one of the CNN anchors that was like, my apologies for not giving credit to the Drunken Peasants podcast. Can't remember who it was.
That's great.
Yeah.
I want Anderson Cooper to get on
It
his hands
wasn't
and
Anderson
fucking
Cooper,
knees and
though.
apologize.
It was the other guy.
And I want Wolf Blitzer.
Don Lemon?
No, he's a white guy. Brown hair.
I know who you're talking about. I follow him. I know exactly who you're talking about. Jake Tapper?
Yes, Jake Tapper. It was Jake Tapper.
All right. Well, boys, I gotta go to bed. It was fun hanging out with you guys. I will see you the week before or after Christmas, depending on which Thursday that is. I'm not sure yet. But I'll see you kids at the end of December. We'll talk about Christmas and New Year's resolutions. We'll have fun.
Yes.
You listen to the Loudest podcast, you kids. You'll love it.
You'll love it. Love you.
I found the tweet really quick before you go. Really quick before you go. It's Jake Tapper apologizing.
Jacob. Yeah, you fucking should have. You can't steal so much footage.
Apologies to the Drunken Peasants podcast. We should have credited them for their Milo interview in the spot we ran yesterday on the lead. Instead, we called them Obscure Alt-Right Podcast.
Yep.
Damn it.
Gerald Beer is right, by the way. That's a good response. It's only 1:30 p.m. Chances are they're not awake yet. Yeah! Fucking true. All right. Good night, boys.
Good night.
Have a good night, Asterios. Everybody follow Asterios. He's the best ever.
Yes. So we still have some time. I still have some footage. I just, when Asterios is here, he's such a force that I just kind of like let him do.
You don't stifle the brilliance.
That's one way of putting it.
Exactly.
I want to know what you think of this person's Alex Jones impersonation. Check this out.
Gentlemen, welcome back to the InfoWars. I'm your host, Alex Jones, and I want to talk about something that has greatly disturbed me recently. I was watching YouTube videos the other night, just browsing and watching random videos, and I came across this channel called King Cobra JFS. And I gotta tell you, it is quite possibly the most evil channel that I've ever seen in my entire life. It's the truth. You have this little goblin guy who calls...
It doesn't quite sound like him, does it?
Nah.
No.
Is it funny?
Nah, it's not really that great. I just heard it. Check this out, though. This is really funny. It's Chris Chan in jail.
Is that me?
No, it's Chris Chan.
Okay, good.
It's... Oh, no.
Can't get rid of me that easily.
Electric, catch all power.
Is the one on the right liquid, Chris? Yeah, it is. I don't know who the other person is.
Isn't that the image that they used? They used the image of the guy from like Jersey Shore or whatever, the Gotti kid. They used it as a troll.
Oh no!
Did Christian sit in a ration of chocolate?
Oh my God!
Christine
All right.
sat
We have to
in a
switch.
ration of
We have to
chocolate?
switch now. Antagonism.
That's chocolate.
Turn on
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Yeah, they're gonna touch me.
Antagonism.
Some Hispanic woman went to her local church that she belonged to. I guess maybe they were having like, I don't know. She brought some menudo.
Mm.
And she brought some fresh cilantro with her to put in the hot menudo. And this happened.
That's messed up, bro. That's
now.
y'all are people of
You
God.
have
Y'all's
to
gonna
leave
do
now.
that.
You have
Y'all's
to
gonna
leave
do that.
now.
Y'all's gonna do that. Y'all are people of God, and y'all's gonna do that
You're
to
gonna
me.
bring you're
like,
gonna bring drugs in here.
They thought it was drugs.
Why would she bring drugs into a church?
She brought fresh cilantro, and they're like, "Oh, you got some weed in a bag."
Obviously, that's weed in a bag. She's trying to claim it's cilantro.
That's
Christian people
the cilantro.
aren't
That's for
stupid.
the food. That's for the menudo. That's for this. Look, sir, I promise you, that's menudo. It's for this. Look, that is original or whatever. That's
yelling.
That's for this. That's not weed. That's for the menudo. Ask anybody in there.
You need to stop.
Sir, I promise you, that's for the menudo. You can smell it. That's the food. Smell it. I promise you. I'm not like that. Like, I'm not like that. That's why I'm so mad. I'm not like that. Look, smell it, ma'am. It's for the food.
I think we've already asked you to leave. Just go ahead and go.
I mean, I'll leave, but just so you could confirm it. I'll leave, just so you could confirm it. It's for the food. Smell it, ma'am. It's for this. It's for this. It's for the menudo.
Why would you bring menudo to church? I don't know. They have like potlucks and shit. Who knows?
This is so like messed up and stupid.
Yeah.
This is why we should ban all churches. From like not because of anything else they've done, just because of this one instance of not letting a woman in with some cilantro. All churches have to fall for this. They have to pay the price. We've been letting them slide for far too long.
Why would she be like having her fucking weed bag like out for everyone to see too?
For one,
someone's like, "That's weed. She talk funny. She bringing weed in here."
If I was going to church,
this is in Oklahoma.
I would bring weed to church, and I don't even smoke weed. I might go to church on Sunday with some weed just because of this girl.
It's just they try to say that it was something.
Hey, listen to me. I'm right in the middle of the sermon. I'm the pastor, so you're
Yeah,
disrupting
it's
the
because
entire.
they
Chill.
Let's get this pastor on. Let's see who this prick is.
Is this your food? You're trying to
Yeah,
bring it
they
in?
try to say that I brought marijuana, but it's for this. It's the original.
Chill. You understand? I'm right in the middle of the sermon.
Yeah,
It's
I
really
understand.
disruptive.
I know,
So
but
what
it
I'm
was just-
asking you is to
instead
a
of
little
showing
bit of
me and telling me.
Hold on. I just asked everybody to stop right in the middle of my sermon. So I'm asking you to just.
I am. That was just wrong for them to do that.
No.
Like,
He's got his microphone in his hand.
It is,
It's
but
a
you could
policy.
have smelled it.
Stop. What I'm asking you to do right now is to pause, and then you and I are going to discuss this afterwards. Okay? So just pause. All right? What's your name?
Ashley.
All right. I'm Brad.
I bring my daughter here all the time. Why would I do that? Pinches viejos, pinches güeros no saben.
Oh, she cursed them.
Yep. There's a part 2.
Yeah, film his face, not his gunt. He was okay.
Can I get my food back?
I thought he was gonna be worse.
So y'all just throw it away? Can you ask him? Because that's for my food. That's what I put on my food. That's how I eat it. That's like the...
Oh, I think my husband has it.
Can you ask
My
him? if I can have
husband's
it
out back trying to smoke your cilantro right now.
It's my food. I literally...
Trying to give you our time, you know?
I know, but it's...
What she says here is ridiculous.
So have it tested and...
Oh, you could do that.
To
but
have
I
it
still-
tested.
If you want it back, we can call the police.
These people do not know what weed looks like. And I found out this was Oklahoma.
We're gonna
I'm not
have
surprised.
it tested.
Yeah, like, you don't know what weed looks like.
Imagine being like
Cilantro looks nothing like weed.
Imagine being like a place of God, and you're gonna dime someone out for some weed anyways. Like, be like, look, we would like to help you. If you're here bringing weed to church, we want to help you. We want to get you some help. Well, let's get you into rehab, or we're gonna have it tested. Like, be a better human being.
They're just dumb.
Even if you were right, be a better human being than this.
It's food.
He's around there somewhere, and I think he's gone.
Okay.
We're gonna have it tested. Little Mo's out back puffing some right now. He says if it's primo, we're gonna let you back in, but you gotta sell to him.
The guy, the one with the black sweater. Because that's my food for my... It comes on here, and I can't eat it without it.
I can't eat it without it. You can eat your fucking food
At
without
this point,
cilantro.
she's just kind of like, fuck these people.
Yeah. What if it is weed?
I don't think it is because it like made the news and everything
Okay.
too. I don't think she'd admit to.
Like, why does she need the cilantro so bad at this point? It's just fucking cilantro.
It's stupid though that they were like, "That's weed." She
Oh,
was just
it
like,
is
"These
stupid.
white people are
it's
dumb."
It's terribly stupid.
Yeah.
But she's like, I need it to eat my food. You don't need it to eat your food. The
No.
food's not ruined because you don't have your cilantro. They should give you back your cilantro. The way she's acting like she wants the cilantro back so bad, it makes me think she's guilty. Like she's trying to not
Why?
to get it.
Why would
She's like, I need it back. I need the cilantro. It's like 49 cents. I don't know what the cilantro supply of Oklahoma is like. Maybe it's a lot more expensive out there.
Oh man, in New Mexico, it grew wild in the like everywhere.
That's dope.
Yeah, you could smell it because cilantro has that kind of like.
I think it's like 1 in 6 people or something. There's like a bloodline of people who cilantro tastes like soap to them.
Yes.
Maybe these people are all that type of people. Like, we don't want you bringing this soap shit in here. We're going to tell you
Does
it's
it taste
dope.
like soap to you, or do you like it?
I like it.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know. I heard it's like a Nordic, but I could be wrong about that. I could have just missed that, Gene.
I now have to go to the facilities, so it's your turn.
Go to the facilities, Benjamin. Ben's name is my middle name. My middle name's Benjamin. So every time I talk to Ben, it's like I'm talking to myself. He did a good laugh. I don't know if you guys could hear that on the microphone. Oh. It's not cocaine. This is powdered sugar. I'm about to go on my crepes. I was going to put that on my crepes. I need my powdered sugar back or I can't eat my crepes. Now, I would be pissed if someone took the powdered sugar from my crepes and thought it was cocaine. I would be pissed. But I don't know. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. It's just so weird that she's getting all worked up over the damn cilantro after the fact. Like part 2 video. I need my cilantro back. I can't eat this without it. She is kind of just milking it at that point. But they are stupid for taking her cilantro away. Like, it seems very weird. What they need to do is hire her now to make menudo or whatever. Did she even make it? Was it homemade? Or did she just buy it? They need to have a big menudo luncheon and invite her as the guest of honor next week after this kerfuffle. You can't just get away with this shit, guys. You can't mistake someone's cilantro for marijuana and not make it right. Menudo over God, basically. Don't do cilantro, not even once, guys. Bow, bow. Marijuana goes in the top drawer. Cocaine and speed in the second. The heroin in the bottom. Always separate the drugs. But where do you put the cilantro? You didn't plan for this. Where do you put the cilantro? That's the question. And that looked like a pretty big bag. I didn't even see the bag. I missed the bag. Give these backwards ass people one more week and they'll have her ass up on a cross. It's a good thing to be on a cross, right? When you're religious, isn't that like
no? That
Jesus?
means you're being executed.
I thought that means you're being held in the same regards as Jesus Christ.
Executed.
Huh.
This is trippy. Anyway,
Jesus Christ and the Latter-day Saints.
We have an absolute identity crisis in America. It's unbelievable. From men that are youth in this country, one big, huge movement in this country is like the bronies. Yeah, that's what I said, the bronies. Okay?
How
These are
huge is
young
it?
men that look effeminate, that
They're
look
not
like
always
sodomites,
young, by the way,
and act effeminate. These young men are out there watching My Little Pony, and they have these My Little Pony cults that go around these groups.
I used to sit like in a place where I worked at a cubicle, and the guy in the cubicle next to me, somehow he came into conversation about bronies, and he said he was a brony, and he unbuttoned his like office button-up shirt, and there was a pink My Little Pony shirt.
My guy.
On under it.
He was Clark Kenton, and he's like, hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
I am super hung.
They follow
You
My
boob.
Little Pony. I mean, seriously.
You boo.
Like, honestly. Full-grown men. I guess they're full-grown. Not in the mind, though. They're not mature. They're not sober
They're
men.
not mature in the mind.
But they're following this... They're bronies. They go to all these My Little Pony conventions. And they all get together and they just love this cartoon and love this show and they play with My Little Ponies. Now, if that isn't the gayest thing I've ever heard in my life, it is an absolute identity crisis.
You know what's gayer? You know what's gayer than loving My Little Ponies and being happy with something? Complaining about other people's masculinity when you're over here crying about people who like ponies. The trait of a real man is living your own life. Complaining about other people's lives is a beta bitch trait.
Beta!
Live your own life. If these bronies have any effect on your life at all, you're beneath them. You really want to be beneath these bronies you're talking so lowly of? Let them live. Move on. I can't believe you're trying to represent some form of masculinity. You got a fucking droop. You look like a crackhead chipmunk. You are not. You are
crackhead
not.
chipmunk.
You are not the visage of masculinity.
It's unbelievable.
He's always in his car,
Absolutely
too.
unbelievable. But it's
There's
like
a trend.
people don't have a...
Like people who make videos like this in their car. There's a trend.
You know, I think the only reason Spexo stopped making videos in his car is because we called him out as one of those car guys.
I think so.
He was like, shit, I have to be at least in my basement like Nick Fuentes is in his grandmama's basement.
Foundation any longer. They have no foundation at all. Just the moral fabric of our society.
Stabby McHugs in the fan chat says, Billy with more beard envy. I'm telling you, dude, like the majority of men with beards only have beards to hide their weak-ass chin. That's the majority. Now, a good beard I'm not envious of because I couldn't grow a good beard. I already have a well enough chin. I don't need a beard. If you want to talk about envy, I envy people who can suck their own penises. You know, Joe Rogan recently said he could suck his own penis. I envy Joe Rogan for that. I'm not a fucking beard. Get out of here. Get out of here.
And everything else has no foundation at all. You've got men that don't know what it means to be a man. You've got women that don't know what it means to be a woman. And then that's just one layer of it. We have absolute confusion. When I'm out on the streets, the women are bolder than the men. The women get in your face and jezz out on you and go crazy and act like a...
Jezz out on you? Is that short for Jezebel? They jezz out on you?
I've never heard that term
I've never heard the
before.
term jezz out before. I can't tell if it's short for Jezebel
Jizz
or
out.
if he's talking about getting like just ejaculated on.
Jezebel, the men, they back up and act like a bunch of sissies, and they don't even want to have a conversation with you because they're afraid to, and their wife or their girlfriend or whoever pulls them away, and they just run around like a little bit of, like with their tail between their legs and run off into the corner and hide. That's exactly what they do. It's just downright frightening is what it is. But you know what? We got an identity crisis today. That's what the problem is. Nobody knows. We need to get back to the biblical foundations and preaching the biblical foundations. Christians need to follow the order that's found in the scriptures. They need to raise their children and raise their families. Teach men to be men and ladies to be ladies. Teach them the difference.
Okay, good for you, Papa. If you need a stupid 2,000-year-old book, if you need an ancient operating system to show you what it's like to be a man, you're no man.
Ancient operating system.
That's all the Bible is. It's like Windows 98 for living your life.
It's like MS-DOS, where
Yeah.
you used to have to type all the really, like, complicated commands.
It's
Not
crap.
complicated, but more complicated than a GPU.
It's crap.
Yeah. Shit.
Encarta. Live a better life.
Everyone, if you want to throw us a couple bucks to help us get closer to our goal, we would appreciate it. Just throw it in there. Send us a message. We're winding down the show. We've got like 10 minutes left.
Yuck.
We'll get this guy's face off the screen.
Get his face off.
I'm working on getting some new overlays made. Asterios is back.
This one doesn't make sense to me because there's so much empty space here. And me and you are so small.
This is old. This was given to me over a year ago. I just started using it. I don't mind being smaller, you know.
I think that we should be big and beautiful if there's empty space. All that empty space. Look at all that empty space.
It's just very stylized.
Empty. So it's just empty.
Well, this is for debates where like in the debate episodes that we've had, we don't do shit. We're just kind of sitting here. Every now and then we'll kind of interject, but
a lot of the fans like staring at me though. They think I'm very handsome, and they like to look at my mannerisms, my physical reactions to things. I get so many messages like, "Oh my God, the way your face looked when you were reacting to that." Like it was genius next level. I almost forgot what people were talking about because of your facial mannerisms.
It's so cringy.
I'm just saying, it's very important that we think of those viewers.
Okay. Yeah, but I've even gotten a timer to go. So when we do have some kind of debate, we could do this
soon.
It's very nice looking, but I'd like other ones too, for sure. I can make a whole bunch of them.
We're gonna have Baby Hitler debate Baby Yoda.
Baby Hitler.
Yeah.
Make Billy smaller and turn down his volume.
That's David McHuggs. David McHuggs is a literal idiot. Literal idiot. If you looked up idiot in the Bible, David McHuggs' picture would be right next to Jesus. Literal idiot. It's going to be like Mad Max, but everything is real. What's Mouse Fitzgerald talking about? Oh, Asterios' parody of Pitmonk? What do you guys are all talking about things. I don't get any of this in the pleb chat. This is why I don't read the pleb chat that often. Oh, Adam, there you go. I like staring at you, Billy. Thank you, Adam, yeah. Yeah, Bacon Baron saying Billy's face makes me think of delicious cream cheese. Yeah, I know.
Blue cheese.
I give that cream cheese, that creamy, cheesy vibe. T-Bob versus Dylan Burns.
See, but Dylan Burns always has to stream his shit on Twitch, so we can't get T-Bob cannot exist on Twitch.
He cannot.
He can barely exist on YouTube.
He cannot. There's only 7 minutes until the end of the world. What would you do? Well, I'd offer Ben one last elevator sex session. I'm sure he'd turn it down, but with only 6 minutes left, maybe he'd say, you know what? Because it's like getting stuck in an elevator after half an hour. You offer end of the world. You offer.
Billy would try to find a little person, a dwarf.
The odds of me finding one are thin. Like, I'm literally going to say, all right, Ben, we have 7 minutes to live. You want to bang? And you're going to be like, no, I'd rather just read a book. Because Ben's a book reader. And I say, okay, then I'm going to walk out and ask every person I see if they want to bang. And since there's only 7 minutes left, I'm going to find one person that wants to bang or one person that wants to kill me. Because it's the two types of people in this world. When you say the world's about to end, there's people who want to make love and there's people who want to make murder.
Murder.
And I'll probably find a murder person first.
I'm a murder person.
And I'll have to fight them to the death. Well, if you wanted to make murder, I'd hate to see it happen with me and you. I'd hate. You might as well let it live stream so everybody at home could watch. 7 minutes. I don't know if YouTube would. I wonder if YouTube would be quick enough with only 7 minutes left in the world to shut down a live murder.
Murder.
You don't know.
Have you ever been to this place? The dumpling. Oh shit! Hold on. Let me switch to it. The dumplings
are?
Yeah.
Beef or potato? I haven't, no.
It's so good.
I had
I've been to this one.
DJ Khaled opened up a wing restaurant that you can get on Uber Eats and stuff. And I ordered the DJ Khaled wings with like truffle sauce. They were not that impressive for those of you that are looking at your Uber Eats and or DoorDash orders and see a DJ Khaled wing restaurant.
It's a ghost kitchen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to pick it up, and they had like NASCAR was working out of the ghost kitchen. Mr. Beast was there. There was this restaurant called Man vs. Fries, which does like stoner giant Taco Bell type items. They have like a stoner crunch wrap that's filled with flaming hot Cheetos.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
There is a market for that though.
Yeah.
Because people like weird garbage fed to them.
Yep. Nick Ropolas says you're not impressive, Billy. In what context? Like, in what context am I not impressive? I think maybe your statement is the unimpressive thing here. You came in and said I'm high AF and just came in. The F is going on. You seem to be the unimpressive one. Let's go a little further. You want to come live on the show and go toe to toe with me in the guest cam and a debate? Is that what you want, Nick Ropolas? You want to show how impressive you are? Think you can hang with me? I have the power of intellect, but beyond that, I have the supreme power of bullshit. And whatever I can't beat you in intellectually, I will baffle with bullshit, and I will be declared the winner. No problem. You're nothing. You're minuscule. You're tiny. You're microscopic. You're an embarrassing dick pic. You are nothing compared to me. Yeah, I played Pokemon Go on 2 phones while driving this week. 2 phones.
No, you didn't.
2 phones.
Liar.
No, I didn't. Oh. Thank you, Lowbrow Jester. Not a paid endorsement from Lowbrow Jester right there. That was a free one.
We are ending the show in 2 minutes when the clock counts all the way down.
Lowbrow Jester said Billy is one of the most impressive ones. Exactly. Lowbrow Jester knows.
Ones what, though? What do you mean by ones?
You know, just one of the most impressive ones.
Oh, but what does he mean when ones? Because you can apply that to anything.
You know, just anything. just anything. Hey, Billy, you going to the exclusive Pokemon Go Ed Sheeran concert?
Is there really one of those?
Yeah, Ed Sheeran's doing
Is
a
Pokemon
concert
Go
in Pokemon
still going
Go.
on?
Yeah.
Jesus
Ed Sheeran's
Christ.
doing a concert in Pokemon Go. I tweeted at Pokemon Go today and asked them if I'd be able to have Ed Sheeran show up through AR Plus in my bedroom so I could throw Pokeballs at him. They haven't given an official response yet, but that'll be interesting. You think Pokemon Go is huge in bigger cities? Yeah, it's really easy to play Pokemon Go in bigger cities.
Yeah, there's more like landmarks.
So Necropolis says, "Look, Billy, I like you, but you're biting without the donut."
What does that mean?
I don't know. And then afterwards said nothing even. I think maybe they misspelled nothing with biting, which is...
What does that mean, though, the donut? That doesn't change anything. It's just like something he wears.
You know, I figured out Necropolis is one of those people that nags women to try and get their attention. And he's been using it on me. And
What
it's
a
been
piece of
working.
shit.
The same way it works with Stabby McHugs. Because in real life, I know Stabby McHugs is a super simp and would like buy me a drink just to look at my penis naked in real life. But on here, Stabby McHugs is always so negative.
Very negative, yeah.
But we know in real life that Stabby McHugs would literally buy me like a keg of beer just to stare at my balls. And I'm down with that. I can appreciate that.
Time out.
Time out.
All right. Oh, we will be back.
We will be back.
See all of you then. Have a good night. Time out.
Time out.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.
Go to the Discord live chat right now. Discord live chat. Go into the general Discord chat. Join the Discord, link in the description. I am going there right now. Into the chat. Do it.